to Gorlworld, Earth to Gorlworld. This is your host, Dr. Phil, checking in. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight. All right. Yeah, tonight should be a good night. Should be a good night. Good show planned for tonight. Don't know how long it's going to run. Don't know exactly what I'm going to cover, but I have a pretty good idea. If you've read the description, there's a rumor. Well, before I get to the rumor, let me start with what you... But before I even get to that, let me start off by welcoming all you fine folks in real quickly, and then I'll get off to the brief little summary. So let's start off. Welcome in. Southern. Oh, you know, let me start off with a little summary first before I welcome y'all in, because I think that's a better way to do it for anybody who's watching the replay. So tonight, covering big news. We got people demonetized on YouTube. We got some of the gorls demonetized. We got glitter and lasers, possibly. That's a rumor on Kiwi Farms, but apparently somebody just took a look at her page and may not be. But you know who is demonetized? Well, we know Amber's been demonetized, but guess who else just got added to that pile? Quirky Loves Rosee. Quirky Love Rosee. Rosie loves grifting. Quirky loves grifting. Whatever you want to call her. QLR, ALR's good pal. Recently started dating somebody new the other day. Well, she's shifted herself onto Patreon. She's going to be putting most of her content behind a paywall. Well, I'm going to be covering the details, so I don't want to get too deep into that. I've also got glitter and lasers updates, and I've got a little bit of foodie, not too much. She's been a little bit stale. And I have a very brief little segment on Amber as well. But now that I've got that out of the way, let me now welcome you folks in. Southern Squirrel Gaming, Nutty. Good to see you, Nutty. Nirvana. Hope you're having a good evening, Nirvana. Good to see you. Cinnamon Girl 1978. Good evening. Summer F Cats. Yes, Glitter. I saw it. Summer F Cats was who gave me the heads up here. Glitter and lasers apparently not demonetized yet. So hopefully the audio balance is good too. The music might be a little bit loud. Let me tone that down just a little bit more, so everybody can make sure everybody can hear me just fine as I'm doing the introductions here. Get us finish that up. Oh, and everybody, if you're already in here tonight, please be sure to click that like button if you're liking the stream. Oh, be sure to hype up the stream. The hype button just to the right of the like button will help out the video or the stream tremendously. And if you enjoy seeing more of this content, be sure to click the subscribe button. It also helps out the channel tremendously. Ooh, fantastic, Jamie. Merry Christmas. Early Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas season. Happy holiday season to all of you folks. Yes, let me continue. Welcome you all in. Welcome in, Summer Cats. Welcome in, Jamie. Welcome in, Nirvana. Welcome in, Blue Hoodie. Welcome in, Nancy. You're having a good evening. Have a Suman. Welcome in. Christy Claus 7303. Welcome in, Christy. If I miss anybody, my apologies. Just trying to get everybody welcomed in here. Pussy Go Lightly, welcome in. Yeah, I guess that was just a rumor, Nirvana. I may have jumped the gun on that one. It's gonna take some time, right? They've got a big footprint, very small brain print. Welcome in, Capricorn EJ. Always good to have you in here, listening as I put ornaments on the tree. Fantastic. I always enjoy the holiday season. Big fan of that. Oh, Capricorn and Jay, $5 super chat. Start us off. Thank you so much. Not to jump ahead, but I went to Glitter and Lasers channel about 10 minutes ago, and you can still leave a super thanks. Yeah, apparently it's, I guess it's just a rumor that I got off Kiwi Farms, but sometimes rumors are inaccurate. I'll change the description after the show, but thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone who's checked up on that. I jumped the gun just a little bit, but I wanted to at least have, if it was figured we'd check in it, right? Oh, let me turn off starting soon also. We're getting started. Welcome in, Elisa. Good to see you. Yeah, the Tutor Times. Welcome in, Tutor Times. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you for coming in tonight. All right. Yes, indeed. YouTube's done some good stuff, some bad stuff. Okay, now I've got y'all welcomed in. Anybody not aware, my last members stream got taken down by YouTube in the middle, so I ended up just making it into a everyone, all audiences stream, just did a regular Gorlworld stream on the weekend, but that was kind of a disaster. I'm going to have to figure out a way to get around that because I want to cover documentary content. I want to cover like more news type content on my membership streams because I cover Gorlworld weekly. And I asked people would they be interested in a little more true crime type stuff as well. And it just seems that even if I demonetize my own stream, YouTube still takes it down for a copyright claim. So I need to figure out a better way to do that. I will figure out a better way to do that. But I just wanted to mention that. So thank you again to all of the members. All you folks very much appreciated. And I'm going to do a better job getting that member stream done properly this month. Hope, figure out a way to not get it taken down this time. Airport Karens. You want J-Bay? I think she's still in jail. Actually, J-Bay's not still in jail, but it's funny to think she is, right? She belongs in jail. Welcome in, Patty. Hope you're having a great night. And we got Glitter in YouTube jail along with Rosie, right? All right, but the Three Stooges. Let's get started. I've got a funny meme video to get us started. It's a pretty short one. Glitter and Lasers meme video from Kate Winslet. This is absolutely hilarious. Anybody who knows I love to cover Glitter and Lasers. She is a pretty bad actress. She's always selling stuff, and her interest never quite reaches her eyes. So it's never deeper than the thin veneer of a smile across her face. What do I mean by that? She's gotten a little better at it lately, but whenever she records her videos, her shorts, usually at the end of the video, you could see her face just drop. Like she's got this big smile for the video, and then you can see as soon as the video is right about to end, her face just changes to either to a completely flat affect or like a grimace or maybe even an angry look. The happy smiley look never lasts throughout the entire video. But I have Kate Winslet, best meme channel, my favorite meme channel. I know we got a lot of fans of Kate in the chat. She's the goddess of memes. No, not even a question of that on YouTube. So I'm if any of my mods would be so kind as to link her channel. But here is the newest one she just released, Anna's 2020 best deleted face drop haul. So these are actually from a couple years back, but these are hilarious. So let's start with these.
I'm here. I want to have some leg. Okay.
Training for the day when heads will turn to look at them at an academy in Fulham, London, as some of Britain's models of the future. For this is one of the country's most up-to-date training schools for models and mannequins.
Oh my God. Just to point out that this is not an edited video of Glitter and Lasers. These are videos she posts herself. Kate just takes videos that Glitter puts up and reposts them.
Their hands gesturing on the fashion stage will make automatically graceful movements. Their limbs will be effortlessly supple as they move and pose for the cameras and fashion experts of the future.
All these videos are posted by Glitter and Lasers. These are not stolen. You post these yourself.
Qualifications required even to study at the school are intelligence, a good figure, attractiveness, an age between 16 and 26, and the ability to stick to a rigorous system of training. These, say the school's principals, are the characteristics of the first-class model.
Oh my God, my God, my God, my God. Look how glamorous these women were back in the old days, right?
Questionable. If you haven't heard of Rev Dolls, they're a pretty cool brand. They do science-inclusive clothing, I believe from extra...
Science-inclusive? Did she say science-inclusive clothing? Because that's a new one for me.
Of Rev Dolls. They're a pretty cool brand. They do size-inclusive clothing, I believe from extra small all the way up to a 5X. They are very, very affordable.
So all the way from Eugenia Cooney up to Glitter and Lasers. Okay.
Oh, sweatshop.
So, today's haul is going to be a little bit of a train wreck.
I got these bitches working 16 hours straight. How long? People say, "Sweet uncle, I'm kind tall." Okay.
Let's jump right into the haul. Pray that my Big arms get in here.
Face drop. That's what I was talking about. So that's why this is why Kate's the queen, because she gets all this stuff. So here we go. Oops.
Pray that my big
Watch
arms
this.
get in
I mean,
here.
it obviously goes without saying. I mean, just the fact that this is fashion modeling. This is only. I mean, she's modeling things in a fashion that we would not want, certainly.
We're gonna have some leg.
Y'all gonna make me up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out.
Because it's so lightweight. There's just a lot about this dress that makes me hate it. It's tight in the arms. It's a weird cut. It wrinkles a lot. I just don't think it looks very good on me. You guys are probably gonna love it. But
what's crazy is this actually, compared to a lot of the stuff she normally wears, that's not even like bad compared to a lot of what she usually wears.
2 thumbs down on this one. Whew. That was concerning to me.
All right, so let me catch up on a few comments. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit on this video here. So let me catch up on all your... Wow, we got so many comments tonight. I'm going to have to skip ahead a little bit. Jeez, I'm going to have to skip some of y'all. If I miss anybody's comments, my apologies. And anybody on the replay, if I miss... leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm getting so distracted. But yes, if I do miss anybody's comments, just be sure to tag me and I will try to see it. Size inclusive, not science inclusive. Science inclusive, either way. Welcome in, Rusher. She is a expert power lifter. She's been doing this for weeks now. She's like, she can clearly teach anybody, especially us guys. We don't really know anything, right? Who follows her? Like you mean like unironically? Because if you mean like just like for the hell of, I mean, I guess I technically follow her, but like if you mean people who follow her like actually trying to get advice and like being inspired to behave that way, I hope nobody is. You know what she also reminds me of? What's her name? Mimi from the Drew Carey show. Remember that lady? I definitely get a vibe from that. You get a Teletubby vibe? I can see that. Power drinker, power eater. She's definitely a power sprayer when she's in the gym, right? Power faker, power everything.
Well now,
Power lifter? Nah, not power. Attempts to be a power lifter.
let's take it from the top, grab some wheels.
All right, so I don't want to show the whole video. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit and watch a little bit more, and then we're going to get to the new stuff. Because I want you to go to Kate's channel and watch it yourself. I don't want to just take her whole video. So let me post the link here. Not right now, of course, but after the show's over, be sure to definitely check out Kate
It's a little awkward.
and check out this video
Y'all
yourself.
gonna make me act a fool. Up in here.
Stepping out smartly is not enough. Grace, poise, the correct turn for the dress displayed, these all have to be studied. There are special turns to show off evening gowns or just shoes. Others like the pivot turn for straight skirts and the rocking.
And Glitter Lasers is always doing her fashion hauls, and some people may not realize this, but her fashion hauls, she buys the clothes and then she returns the majority of them. I mean, it's fine to return stuff if you know if it's defective or if maybe you made a poor choice. But I think it's not the best. I don't think it's good for the environment, and I don't think it sets a good example to buy thousands of dollars of clothes every month and return like 80-90% of it. I think if nothing else, you're being very wasteful for all the packaging, all the shipping, all the fuel wasted. I'm not like one of those crazy environmentalist types, but I do believe that we should try to conserve where we can.
Turn for fuller ones.
What the hell is this in the middle? What the hell is that in the middle? Her dance with the satellite. Wash your hand. Did she seriously wash your hands often? Glitter, wash your hair often. Wash your face often. How about you wash your clothes often for the only thing she does wash is her hands. Don't touch your face. Glitter, I think you need to take your own advice. Please stop touching your face. Avoid public spaces. Damn, Glitter, follow your advice. I mean, this is the best advice you've ever given yourself. I mean, if you would be so kind as to avoid public spaces, I think everybody in where you live would be a lot happier.
That chick has small boobs.
Work on your personal health? Is that like, what is this? This is like, is this opposite day? Is this April Fool's Day? Because she doesn't follow any of this advice.
Yeah. That chick has small boobs. Yeah. You can tell even with that black square on there. How many times do I have to?
This is the kind of cringe content Anna puts out daily. And if she had like a really good sense of humor in the sense that she, could make fun of herself, then I would laugh at this. But she's taking herself entirely seriously. She's not doing this for you to laugh. She's doing this for you to be inspired. And if you dare to laugh, she's going to shame you because you dared to shame her by being honest about how you really felt. That's why I think that's so good to point this out, because people might say, well, why are you making fun of her? I mean, she's just having some fun, because she's not really having fun. She's doing this and daring you to make fun of her. She wants to monetize people who call out what they say, people who say this is embarrassing, people who say she looks dirty and nasty and like a joke. She wants to draw attention to herself in the worst way possible.
I hate videos with words. Yeah. If I wanted to read, I'd go to school. Yeah.
The rocking turn flares up the skirt just so much and no more. Tricks of the trade that seem so simple and natural but take a great deal of training.
Not my jam.
So those are all the items I got from Red Dolls. It's not a huge haul today, just a little bit, just some things I bought to try them out a little bit more.
So things she bought to return, in other words. Let me catch up on some of your chats. I know I've been ignoring you a little bit tonight. We have such a great full chat tonight. Only welcome you folks in. Net Detective. Welcome in, Net Detective. Exactly. She returns she doesn't return what doesn't fit, because if she returned what doesn't fit, she'd have to return everything. Oh, thank you so much, Rusher. Welcome in, by the way. Oh, I'm seeing some new folks tonight. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the likes. Very much appreciated. For the medical misinformation, certainly, if nothing else. The Wicked Witch of the gym. I only wear recycled hemp clothing, and use recycled drink recycled water. You want to talk about accenting a camel toe tonight, Christy? Glitter and Lasers has some workout clothes that are gonna give you nightmares. It's gonna make you think you're gonna think you're back in Kuwait with Foodie. You're gonna see so much camel. Oh, I hope I don't get demonetized for the song, but screw it. It's worth it. It was a fun video, right? So let me catch up here. Oh, welcome in, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Oh, new episodes of Beavis and Butthead. Very cool. Beavis and Butthead was a fun show. I always enjoyed the music video things, and I just enjoyed how irreverent they were, right? I think that's fun. I think that's good to just be able to have some fun. Good point, Nirvana. And that's why I ask everybody here, please. I know I don't have to say this, but just get it out of the way. Obviously, don't leave any comments on Glitter and Lasers videos, because she monetizes engagement like that. She wants people to call her out and criticize her. She's trying to rage bait you because she wants to monetize your comments, like Amber Lynn would do. Amber Lynn always did that. She would rage bait the audience with her videos. She would say stuff that she knew was wrong, knowing that people would go into the comments to correct her. So, yeah, just want to get that out of the way. Okay, so welcome. And by the way, if I miss anybody coming in, welcome in very much. Oh, welcome in, Jizzo. Good to see you. Absolutely. She gets paid to make a spectacle of herself. And spectacle. I always like to do the word of the day. Spectacle comes from Latin spectare, which means to look at. A spectacle is something that exists to be looked at. So that's our word of the day today. So let's just watch this here, and then we're going to get to the new content for tonight. So thank you all for your patience. We're about to get to the new content.
Soon, perhaps the real thing. Graceful, simple movements that will capture the floodlights and cameras with artful charm.
I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. If you enjoyed this haul and you're like, just love that girl.
Glitter lasers in her natural form here.
Just love that girl.
Which one of these is the brainless head? Which one of these is the one that does all the eating?
You should hit the subscribe button because that really does help me continue to make great content for you guys. So with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll check you later, and peace.
And look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
There you go. That's the real glitter and lasers right there. That is the real glitter and lasers. That is the woman. It's like I saw an old sitcom when I was a kid, and I remember some kid went to go get a record signed by some rock star, and he went there, and the guy like signed his record, and he was like, "Oh yeah, real cool, man. You're a real cool kid, you know, real cool." And so then he left the record backstage, and the kid went backstage to go get the record, and he was making out with some groupie, and he's like, "Hey, slag off, kid!" And the kid was like all like upset, and like his like dreams were ruined because he saw like the rock star was actually kind of a jerk and like to get laid. I mean, I don't know. Maybe his expectations were a little too high, but the reality of what a rock star was more than he could handle. And I think that Glitter, in her own way, she is that rock star getting laid by the groupie, but I guess in the least rock star kind of way. She's a grungy. She's not a rock star. She's grunge. She's grunge era.
I'll check you later, and peace.
She's so friendly and relatable, right? Like you could totally see hanging out with her. I could totally see getting fired by her, you know? I could totally see her like leading a whisper campaign to get me fired. I could totally see her making up a false allegation against me. She's so, you know, I mean, she's so relatable, right?
I
You almost
uploaded a
somebody
haul
like
and
that.
I forgot to chop the ending where my smile drops. I wanted to explain why that happens. Guys, when you are filming all day and you are constantly smiling and talking like I am right now, your face gets sore. So at the end of the day, especially when I've been filming a lot, and that day I had been filming a lot, all I wanted to do was just relax my face, which you might know as resting bitch face, but it's a more comfortable face.
Oh, that's what it is. She smiles so darn much that she just, like, her face is just so freaking tired from how much smiling that she does that she just lets it drop, you know, and don't shame her for smiling a lot. She's, you know, don't shame her for smiling so much that she, you know, and not smiling once in a while. Like, that's kind of misogynistic, like to shame her for that, right? Like it's fat phobic, it's ableist because she doesn't have the ability to hold a smile for like 24 hours a day. Glitter, you sound like a liar. Let's listen to this again for anybody who did get this the first time, because this might be one of her most absurd statements. And I haven't actually ever heard this before either. So kudos to Kate for getting this. She's earned a protein bar.
I uploaded a haul and I forgot to chop the ending where my smile drops. I wanted to explain why that
I forgot to chop the ending where my smile drops, you know, just like all you folks, because that's so relatable, you know, because you're just like that, right?
happens. Guys, when you are filming all day and you are constantly smiling and talking like I am right now.
Yeah, when you're filming all day and you smile. Actually, Anna, I've not to brag, it's nothing to brag about, but I've actually done some acting. Like nothing on like a professional level, like very amateur stuff, but I've filmed all day. And like you do realize that you only have to smile while the camera is recording. You don't have to smile like between takes. Like you don't have to have a rictus on your face like you're the freaking Joker and smile for, 12 hours straight on a film shoot that lasts for 8 hours. First of all, your film shoot didn't last 8 hours. You recorded like a couple minutes of video. I don't believe you smiled for the entire time, but even if you did, if your face is that tired out from smiling for an hour, well, that just goes to show you really don't smile very much, do you?
Your face gets sore. So at the end of the
Her face gets sore. Oh, that's right. We're ableist because we expect her to be, so strong. It's unfair to expect somebody as with as many problems as her to smile for more than a few minutes at it straight. It's not right.
day, especially when I've been filming a lot, and that day I had been filming a lot, all I wanted to do was just relax my face, which you might know as resting bitch face, but it's a more comfortable face and a more soothing face after a day.
It's a more comfortable and soothing face. Like, seriously, like, you just don't want her to be comfortable. You just hate fat people. That's what it is. You just hate fat people. You don't want them to be comfortable. You hate the thought of her face not being in pain. Well, Glitter, does your face hurt? Because it's killing me.
Some of the girls may specialize in photographic modeling. All of them will need to know how best to pose for pictures that could be as well known as those of film stars.
Oh, welcome into all the folks
The models of the future.
I missed some folks coming in here, so let me welcome you, all you fine folks in. Welcome in, Lady Nighthawk. Welcome in, Wounded Soul Healer. Welcome in to anybody, Sunshine Country Chickens. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great night. Chava 5150, welcome in. Which two are down? We've got ALR and Quirky Love Rosee. They are both down, at least for a while, at least for a few months. We deserve the inspiration, Capricorn. We deserve it. Yes, welcome in to everybody. Welcome in, Red. Welcome in again, Rusher. Welcome in to, I think we got everybody welcomed in. Welcome in again, Sugar Honey, Lady Nighthawk. All right. I think we got everybody in already. Okay. If I missed somebody, again, my apologies. Good point, Capricorn. She's gonna, I've heard of cutting off your nose to spite your face, but she's gonna pick off her skin to spite her acne. Exactly, Nutty. It's very tiring. It really wears you out. Oh, welcome in, Colleen. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let me read this off here. Anna would be the type of friend that tells her friend something unflattering, looks great on her, so that she doesn't look cuter than Anna. Colleen with a K. Thank you so much again for the super chat. And I think you make a great point there. I think Anna's very insecure when it comes to when it comes to all that. And for somebody who calls herself the confidence queen, she's more like the evil stepmom in Snow White, in the sense that she needs to be the fairest of them all whenever she is on camera. You notice that she doesn't ever really like to pose with all of her talk of modeling. You never see her posing with models. And I don't mean, straight size models. You don't even see her with like real plus size models. You see her with people who, okay, they're plus size and they wear clothes on Instagram, but they're not like real models, not like Ashley Graham or some, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know many of them by name, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there's real plus size models out there, and you don't see her posing with people like that, with those gals. So yeah, she doesn't want to be around anybody who's going to really give her some competition. Well, this is actually a complex situation, Alizu, because on one hand, and I want to get this make my point here. I don't like the idea of snitching to YouTube personally. Like, I'm not somebody who does that. Like, if somebody's in violation, they're in violation, and that's separate. Like, if somebody's clearly posting something that's like when Anna posts the medical misinformation, or when Amber tries to monetize her disordered eating, obviously that's stuff that, is against terms of service. But I don't like to be petty. You know what I mean? Like, little stuff. At the same time, though, I can't say I'm going to miss him. Like, I don't miss Amber. I don't miss Rosie, like, be doing less content. Like, it means I'm going to have less content to cover. But if it means less people are going to be seeing that crap, then, hey, you know what? That's an okay trade. I don't mind having less content if it means less people are going to see that crap. And also, just for the philosophical point, there's a lot of really great channels out there that have been demonetized for God knows what, for who knows how long. And I can't have any sympathy or concern for channels like Amber or Rosie when there's like tons of like, I mean, I don't have to name any of them because I'm sure you all have at least one channel you could personally think of. You don't have to name them, but I'm sure you can all think of at least one or two or more that have been demonetized or deleted that for basically no good reason over the years. So there's so many more legitimate channels to be concerned about. I can't drum up any like real concern or sympathy for someone like Amber or Rosie. I just can't. Not when there's so many like really good legit channels that have been just shut down over the years. Yeah, and also Nirvana, thank you Nirvana, the scamming element. And Foodie is one. Foodie for the scamming. I'll mention her now. I want to talk about people to be demonetized. Foodie scamming is another one who needs to get kicked off the platform. And for the scamming more than anything else, because she hasn't been as bad about showing like her eating and stuff. But let's get to some of the actual content because I got some new stuff about glitter. You know, Christy, we could be here all night if we're talking about just channels that deserve to be kicked off. But I'll just say this: I'm glad that a few of them are basically demonetized. But at the same time, I don't want. Like, there's some content I think should be taken off YouTube, but then there's other content that I think is more of a gray area. Like, I think some mukbang content is okay to have on here, but I like it being demonetized. I don't think it should be monetized, but I am okay with it existing. This is a very complex subject with a lot of layers, and I'm sure you all have, you know, interesting things about it. Well, hold on. Well, that's okay. That's not petty. That's not petty. I'm talking about people who, you know what I mean. There are people who are very petty. I'm not talking about somebody who's legitimately posting like some, you know, real heinous stuff. I'm not talking about that. Yeah, or something like that either. Or when, or some of the crazy stuff that now is posted. I'm sure we could all think of examples of some really like you know, awful stuff. Some of the stuff with Foodie and Natter back in the day was pretty awful. Some of the things Amber said about her partners, you know, the false accusations and things. There's certainly plenty of stuff that probably should be taken off. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to go into it too much. I just wanted to kind of raise it up. I didn't want to get into too much. I'm not trying to be moralized here. But I hope most of you get my point. That it's a complex subject. Thank you, Lady Nighthawk. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, why is Foodie not demonetized? So it's complex. It's complex. Oh, welcome in, J37. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. New to the channel, chat. The narcissistic traits Gorlworld exudes will not stop them despite demonetization. It feeds their personalities. Pardon the pun. I agree with you there. I think that if they were not, I think they'd be posting for free if they, you know, if there was no option to be monetized. I think they've just gotten so used to the money they don't want to, you know. They've gotten addicted to the money, but I think the attention drives them just as much. I agree with you there. Well, she used to talk about her eating at times. Like she would always like kind of, I remember back when she used to do the all ages streams and she didn't age restrict them and she would be like half naked and she would be talking about like some like really sexual stuff sometimes. And I remember that she would be always, she just always did a lot of borderline theater content where she was just like almost, you know, like half naked and just eating stuff in a very sexualized way, kind of the HFC way. Excuse me. Maybe not with all as many noises as HFC, but just in ways that I thought was very uncomfortable, which I didn't like. Welcome in, Andrea. Hopefully you're having a great night. And welcome in, Seafood Pie. Good to see you again. Yeah, it's a complex issue. I think that there's different layers. There's creators who are like really terrible and should be taken like off entirely, like Foodie. And then you get people who are kind of in a gray area who have some content that I think should be taken off, like Glitter and Lasers. I think her medical misinformation, where she talks about lipedema and how it's impossible to lose weight, I think that content should be taken off. I think that's very bad content to be showing to people. At the very least, it shouldn't be monetized. But her clothing hauls, I have no problem with that stuff existing on YouTube. I think it's nasty, but I don't think it should be taken off. You know, does that make sense? So I don't think it's just as simple as some creators entirely, some creators half and half. That's kind of where I stand on that. So I think it's, like I said, I think it's complex. So yes, let me now get to the latest with glitter and lasers. So I've got her social media updates. These are not going to be found on YouTube. You got to go onto her social media to find these, her Instagram, her TikTok. Kiwi Farms is kind enough to archive a lot of it, and that's where I get a lot of these videos through their archives. So with that said, let me begin with this here. This is Glitter and Lasers, a recent post, I believe, to her Instagram, where she talks about, where she calls her body dysmorphia, but let's listen to the actual way she describes it, because I think she may have, very well may have a form of body dysmorphia, but I'm not sure if what she's describing is the way I would describe it. So let's give it a listen.
I'm dealing with a little bit of body dysmorphia.
Let me start this over.
I am dealing with a little bit of body dysmorphia, and I've been kind of struggling. So I went to my manual lymphatic drainage massage today, and I was seeing someone I hadn't seen in a while because she'd been on vacation. So I asked her to describe what in my body had changed since the last time she saw me. And she told me about some fluid that had gone down. She also told me about some muscles that had gotten stronger. And it helped me see things that I just wasn't seeing in the mirror.
So she talks about body dysmorphia, and I'm already just, kind of looking at the image she's presenting for the camera here. I know body dysmorphia, it varies. It's very different. Different people have different symptoms, different levels. I don't want to presume. So I'll put my doctor's disclaimer here. I'm not really a doctor. If you think you need a doctor, a real doctor, please go get one. If you want to have some laughs and joke about Gorlworld, I'm your doctor for that. So with that out of the way, she's talking about what she, I guess, calls her body dysmorphia. So let's let this play again. This was so short. But for somebody who claims to be dysmorphic, she's awfully comfortable showing up with her hair disheveled and her skin looking an absolute mess. She's the confidence queen in some ways. So it's a very complex situation to listen to how she describes herself as being dysmorphic.
I'm dealing with a little bit of body dysmorphia, and I've been kind of struggling. So I went to my manual lymphatic drainage massage today, and I was seeing someone I hadn't seen in a while because she'd been on vacation. So I asked her to describe what in my body had changed since the last time she saw me.
And isn't that kind of awkward? She saw somebody at the manual lymphatic drainage massage. So she noticed she's not talking about the massage therapist here. She's talking about a fellow, just another patron at the place, somebody else getting a massage, I guess. And she saw them, and she asked them to tell her how her body looks different. Like, she basically quizzed them and said, tell me how my body looks different. Tell me what looks different. That's kind of an awkward position to put somebody in if you don't actually know them well, right? Like, I would feel awkward asking somebody who I hadn't seen in months and months, unless it was somebody who I knew very well, tell me how my body looks different to you. Tell me the differences that you see. I mean, did this even happen for real? This just sounds very odd. Let's listen to that one more time.
On vacation. So I asked her to describe what in my body had changed since the last time she saw me. And she told me about some fluid that had gone down. She also told me about some muscles that had gotten stronger. And it helped me.
Now, again, how is a fellow person getting a massage going to know which of your muscles got stronger? Like, are you suggesting that you've developed so much muscle tone it's visible and that people can see it like through your clothing? Is that what Glitter and Lasers is suggesting here? Because that would be what would be necessary in order for somebody to see that she had gained muscle tone. To see that she had gained strength, gained muscular strength. You can't see that unless somebody gains a significant amount of muscle tone.
See things that I just wasn't seeing in the mirror.
So in other words, this person who hadn't seen her in months told her things about her body that made her, told her that her body is in such better shape now than it used to be. And she took that for granted. She didn't realize how much better shape she is now. Glitter had been too hard on herself. She should have listened to the people who really know, who tell her how great she is and how much improvement she's made. What a amazing life that she has, that she just keeps running into random people who tell her how amazing she is. Exactly. That was not a real conversation. She ran into a person, told them to tell her about how her body changed, and then that person proceeded to tell her how amazing she is, and how amazing her body is, and all the amazing changes she's had, and how she needs to give herself more credit. Havasu, Mom, that's a good question. I don't really know enough about it to say for sure. That's a good question. Is it something that you either have in significant? Is it possible to have like a little bit of it, or is it something that either it's severe or it's not? That's a good question. That's another good point, Christy Claw. Glitter and Lasers is the star of every story that she tells. Notice how she never tells stories about other people doing anything like cool or amazing. Unless the story is to talk about how she was the one who noticed them and praised them for how amazing they were. She never tells a story about anybody else unless it's to say that she was the one who took the time to notice how amazing they were. That there was this amazing person and nobody else realized it except for her. That's the only time she ever talks about somebody else doing something impressive. It's usually more to insult people, like which, and belittle them, like when she talked about those dancers in New York City. Remember that? This girl who's always dancing for the camera, usually not too well, was the first one to say, "Oh, look at those kids dancing." It's like, look what I could do. They're just expecting to get paid for dancing. That's another good things that didn't happen for 500, Alex. Right? She didn't even brush it. She couldn't even be bothered to like run a comb through it. A little bit of dry shampoo, maybe. Yeah, Foodie and her extra sauce cups. And anybody watching the replay, if you're enjoying this show, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much to all you fine folks who come in tonight. Appreciate all you very much. And I want to take a moment to thank all of the channel members. I really appreciate all of the help that you provide this channel. You make it possible for me to do the members only stream, which last month was not as good as it could have been, but it got a little bit better. I'd like to take a moment to single out the tier 2 members, as well as the all of the members, but particularly the tier 2 members. We've got Canada Cool and Hippie Easta. Thank you so much for your tier 2 memberships. Very much appreciated. So let me return to the bumper here. And let me get back to the content. So we've got more new stuff from Anna here. So how does she build this figure? What does Anna, eat? Because she says that we don't really know what she eats, right? We don't really know what she eats. So let me pull up the video of what she actually eats. Because I have one. Where is it? Oh, here's one of them. There's a few of them. Here's one of them.
I've realized is to like keep myself consistent and on track is just to have things I like in the house, and that is why I bought a shit ton of these. If you have not tried Bootylicious muffins, they are my new favorite.
So she's buying these muffins. Somebody on Kiwi Farms looked them up. These are like 200 calories each. This girl here, Glitter, who's always talking about inflammation and how her body is so sensitive and how she has to avoid inflammation. She's buying these gluten-filled muffins. Now, I'm not somebody who hates on gluten, but I'm also not somebody who constantly talks about inflammation. Now, I understand there's different kinds of inflammation, but it just feels odd to me that Anna is so quick to blame all of these conditions, but then so unwilling to adjust her diet in the most simple and meaningful ways.
One of the things I've realized is to like keep myself consistent and on track is just to have things I like in the house, and that is why I bought a shit ton of these. If you have not tried Bootylicious muffins, they are my new favorite.
So what else does Anna eat? Let's show you this here, and I'll be right back. I gotta grab my drink. 1 second. I'm gonna put this on loop, and I'm gonna be right back.
Time for day 2. Not a banana fan, so I'm not eager, but we'll see. Not for me. Not for me. Nope. It's time for day 2. Not a banana fan, so I'm not eager, but we'll see. Not for me. Not for me. Nope. It's time for day 2.
All right, so let me see what you think of these here.
Not a banana fan, so I'm not eager, but we'll see.
Banana protein flavor?
Not for me. Nope.
Not for her.
It's time for day 2.
And again, I don't like to knock people for their appearance. So when I do make fun of glitter and lasers, it's really more the entire package. But I do have to say, to be an influencer and to shill, beauty products regularly and to always have such severe skin problems is one thing. But it looks, and again, I don't know for sure, and there's been debate on this, but it looks like she might have an issue with picking. I don't want to make fun of her for having a psychosomatic, I forgot the right term. I'm not sure exactly the right term is for that. I don't want to mock her for having a condition like that. But I do think that if she has a condition like that, it calls into question her entire persona, because she says she's this confidence queen who's just so happy with herself and wouldn't change anything, and how amazing her life is. Now all the haters are so jealous. But if you're regularly picking at your skin, that's a sign of somebody who's got a lot of anxiety, who's got a lot of issues. I know that the precise issues can vary from person to person. I'm not a real doctor, again, not a psychiatrist, nothing like that. But for somebody to be so happy and content with themselves and to be unable to stop picking at themselves, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So if Anna's not picking at herself, what the heck is wrong with her skin?
Yeah. Not a banana fan, so I'm not.
I probably wouldn't like that bar either, to be honest. I mean, I like banana okay, but I don't think I would enjoy a banana protein bar. Probably not my personal choice. She's eating her face. Welcome in, Mrs. Peel. Oh, you know what else it could be? It could be that she's not washing her CPAP. That's my other theory. That look at her face, because if you look around, you could see that it's right around her mouth is where it's really at its worst. If you notice it, right? She's got this this ring around her mouth. That's right where the CPAP mask goes. I think that's the other possibility, that she just doesn't wipe her CPAP down. And that's what it is. Yeah, this is looping, Lisa. I just had to run away from the camera for a second. What should do? Good question. But I mean, honestly, do you really think she doesn't really like? Is there any that she doesn't like enough to finish it anyway? Oh, welcome in, Tucker and friends. Hope you're having a great night. She probably she says she doesn't like it, but she's still gonna finish it. She enjoyed custody with her bed bugs. Welcome in, weighted wet blanket. Oh, I'm glad you agree on that. I think so too. I think that she might be picking, but I don't think it's coincidental that the scabs are always right around her mouth. Oh God. Welcome in, Robot Gorilla. Robot Gorilla man. Oh God. That is like one of the lower levels of hellish torture. And by lower, I don't mean lesser. I mean like deeper, worse. So speaking of hellish existence, let me put up some of what Glitter eats in a day, because she always says, you don't know what I eat, right? We shouldn't judge her. We don't really know what she eats. Well, let's see what she actually eats.
Eat in a day, Thanksgiving edition.
Thanksgiving edition, mind you. Hopefully this is full screen stretch.
I wanted something in my meals today that tasted like pie.
And she just always looks so disheveled. And is she doing that to look relatable? Because I understand sometimes, you don't always have time to look your best, every minute of every day. But it just feels like for somebody who's trying to be an influencer, they would want to, look their, if not their best, at least not look their worst, right? So let's look what she's eating here. She's got this big old plate of fruit to start, or rather, she's got these pancakes with apples and bacon. It looks very tasty, but it looks exceptionally caloric. And to be fair, it doesn't look that tasty. I mean, as far as pancakes go, those don't look especially good. As far as filling goes, it doesn't look especially good. The bacon looks okay. It's not too greasy. But other than that, I'm not seeing anything special.
What I eat in a day, Thanksgiving.
Oh, all right, she's going to go back to this.
I wanted something in my meals today that tasted like pie, and for me, that was breakfast. So I stewed some apples in cinnamon and nutmeg, and then put them in between my...
So she's doing a triple-decker pancake with apple cinnamon, and look how much bacon she's got. She's put how many slices on the plate? 4 slices? And she's got like another 10 on this plate back here. This is the woman who says we don't know what she eats. Well, does she know what she eats? Because I don't see how she could say any of that with a straight face. So yeah, she's got at least a pound of bacon here. Maybe not a pound, but somewhere near that.
Protein pancakes. Then I topped it with a little.
Oh, those are protein pancakes though. So it's cool. Those are protein pancakes. How much protein do you need? You have a literal pound of bacon.
Bourbon maple syrup and served it with some.
What are even the calories on this? What are the calories in a pound of bacon? I don't even know. Like 800 calories? 1,000 calories? Like a pound of bacon's a lot of calories.
Uncured, no sugar added bacon.
Oh, it's uncured, no sugar added bacon. Well, geez. Well, that makes all the difference, Glitter.
It was freaking delicious.
Freaking delicious.
Completely forgot.
Okay, now here we got something that doesn't look terrible, but the portion's pretty big. We got a steak, mashed potatoes, and a big thing. Look how much mashed potatoes and corn she's got. That's a big plate. That is a really big plate. Because look at how big her hands are, and look at how they are in comparison to the plate. Glitter and Lazers has the hands of a heavyweight boxer. She's got these massive, massive mitts. Look how tiny the fork and the knife look compared to the plate. That is a really big plate of food.
Got to film any of putting together the meal because I was so tired from working out. I just wanted to get to the eating part. So what I had was.
That is a massive portion of food. And I've got a feeling she probably went and had another portion after this. Considering we saw more than this on the plate. This is not even the full plate. Because when she started, she had more steak than this. If you go back, look how much the steak looks like it was bigger than that, doesn't it? This looks like a smaller piece of... This piece of steak is smaller than what she had on the first plate. Doesn't this look bigger? I don't know. To me, it does. Looks like a second plate. In my opinion.
Mashed potatoes, some corn, and some asparagus wrapped in.
That's got to be at least 500 calories of potatoes. I mean, of the corn and potatoes, that's got to be like 650 calories of corn and potatoes. Easy.
Bacon. And it was really good. I was actually really happy with how I cooked the steak. I will say, though, I don't...
Look at how thick the slice of steak she cut is. Look at this slice of steak that she cut for herself.
Really happy with how I cooked the steak.
Look at how thick that piece of steak she cut is. She cut this giant, like inch-thick, giant piece of steak.
I will say, though...
And then she covers... Look at the potatoes she puts on. Look at this crap. Oh my God. This is the woman who says we don't know what she eats. We don't know why she weighs what she... There's no explanation for why she weighs what she does. There's no explanation for why she's heavy, right? It's her metabolism. It's her genetics. I almost felt like cursing for a second.
I don't think I like corn that much anymore. I left quite a bit of it.
Left quite a bit of it. I don't think I like corn that much. I left quite a bit of it. What you left could be somebody else's entire side dish. The amount of corn and potatoes that she left is an entire side dish for some people. What she left on that plate would be like half of somebody's dinner.
Midday snack,
Midday snack, she had a dessert? What is that?
Had a sugar-free pumpkin cheesecake that I made.
Oh, a sugar-free pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my. So it's just like the bacon. Sugar-free, guys. Don't worry about it because it's guilt-free, sugar-free cheesecake, sugar-free bacon. She's practically on a diet. And notice how this top doesn't even close. It's so freaking tight, it doesn't even close around her gut. Wonderful. Wonderful look.
And I was so proud of this because I didn't know something could taste this good and also be low in sugar.
Yeah, how could something taste this good and be so low in sugar? It's only like 750 calories of fat. Like, you know, it's so rich and tasty for something so low in sugar. That's like saying the vodka was so low in fat. I didn't know the vodka could be so good and so low in fat.
For dinner, I did a charcuterie plate for one, and I used
That's a charcuterie plate for one. For one. For one baby elephant.
veggies that I had already cut up earlier
And again, the top that doesn't fit, the top that's absolutely skin tight, everywhere except her bust, that is.
in the week. I keep them in these little containers. It's like such a game changer. It means I eat more vegetables.
It's a game changer. It means she eats more vegetables. Well, more vegetables means you eat more cheese. So that's a game changer too. You can change the game to, I don't know, change the game to what? Something ugly, like a hockey playoff game.
Also added some cheese, some olives, and
She's literally drinking salami. She's drinking frickin' salami. She's got a salami cocktail, y'all. What the F am I looking at here? What the F am I looking at?
salami, which I Googled how to make into a rose.
She's excited over this. She's excited over this the way a 15-year-old delinquent is excited over cigarettes.
I felt very proud of that, and look how fancy that looks.
That looks so freaking fancy, doesn't it? That doesn't just look like a cheap plate of crap you took out of the fridge at the last minute. It's so freaking fancy. And look how it's got like 2 full cups of ranch dressing. The amount of cheese and salami on here is enough for like 3 people. And then you got enough ranch dressing in there for I don't know, 2 pounds of salad. And you know that she went back for seconds, of course.
I mean, I made that. And
she made that all by herself, y'all. She did this whole thing she didn't even need to hire a chef to make a plate full of vegetables. She didn't even have to get this delivered.
Into a rose. I felt very
didn't even have to get it delivered.
Proud of that, and look how fancy that looks. I mean,
so fancy, especially the cup full of ranch dressing. And the yeah.
I made that. And then I decided to get seasonal with some cranberry Sprite Zero, and then I sat down to watch TV. But
cranberry Sprite Zero. I'm surprised she doesn't put cream in it like Rosie.
I didn't watch it with the lights on. I was watching Stranger Things, so of course it was lights out.
Watching Stranger Things because she's such a nerd. Oh my God. Oh my God. I almost had a heart attack just from watching that. This might be like, this is like worse than most mukbangs. This is like this is what Anna eats every freaking day. And you know that, right? Like this is how she eats every day. And she's trying to make us think like this is her special once a month. I don't even know. It's got fiber, right? It's guilt-free. It's guilt-free. Okay. Better than Rosie. I'll give you that. Maybe that's why she sprays all over the place. Welcome to Witch of the Wildwoods. And welcome to anybody. If I missed anybody coming in, or if I haven't, welcome to everybody. But always good to have all you 5 folks in here. Thank you so much. Salami cocktail, right? She's drinking the frickin' salami. A charcuterie rose. I've never seen anybody get that excited about it, is what I've never seen. That's a gorl dinner. That size at least. Okay, if it weren't so huge, it would be decent. I'll give her credit on that. If it weren't so freaking huge. Exactly, Canada Cool. Welcome to Canada Cool, by the way. Good to see you tonight. Oh, I'm not going to say that the combo's bad. I'm just cracking on her for the quantity on that. All right. I got you, Lisa. I got you. Witch of the Wildwood. It turns out it was a rumor. I read that rumor on QB Farms, and apparently Glitter and Lasers is not officially demonetized. That could change. If she were to be demonetized, in my opinion, it would be for the medical misinformation she's posted a lot. But yeah, I mean, some of the food she posts does look tasty. But just, the sheer quantity she's posting is what's crazy. She's posting like 5,000 calories a day. But how many thousands of calories is she drinking as well? Right? Like, seriously, she's probably got 2,000 calories she's drinking on top of that, too. But that's got to be 5,000 calories. Maybe not 5, but that's like got to be 4,000 calories. There's no way that's under 3,000 calories, what we saw there. And yes, you're right. Glitter and lasers probably could lose weight on 3,000 calories a day. But I don't think she's limiting herself to just 3,000. I think that's probably more like 4,000 plus the items individually. Hold on. Over the course of the day, not that one meal, but over the course of the day, that breakfast plus the big lunch with the potatoes. Oh, not this one plate. No, not this one plate. I meant for over the course of the day. Yeah. Over the course of the day, it was probably over 4. This plate is probably, okay, let me do an estimate on this plate. I'm pretty good at estimating calories. This plate is probably, without the dressing, I'd say like 600. Around 6 without the dressing. That's my estimate. But I can't say for sure. Probably, actually, no, I take it back. Less than 6 without the dressing. I'm going to say 500 without the dressing. I'm going to say 500 without the dressing. That's my estimate on the calories for that. So that's not too bad. 800 with the dressing probably. All right, there we go. Okay, hopefully that is a correction everybody can be happy with there. Or a clarification rather. So let me continue on. I got some more good stuff here. Officially I do not hate on that plate at the end. And to be fair, the steak looked pretty good too. And the potatoes looked like way too fattening, but they did look tasty. So some of it looked okay. I'm not like hating on like the food itself. I'm hating more on the amount. Okay, so that's out of that. We got that. Now that's cleared up. Let me put on. I feel like I'm bagging on Anna almost too hard tonight, right? Like I should lay off just a little bit. But I'm gonna hate on her just a little bit more because I got a little more content. It's just that kind of a night. So Anna doesn't take this sitting down. She does some pushback. If she doesn't like what you're saying, she's gonna let you know. But she didn't delete all of her comments that quickly. This one managed to stay up. So this is a comment from her Instagram. This one I got off Kiwi Farms again. Most of this is archived through Kiwi Farms. It's a great site if you want to get an archive of this content. So here, I'm Melly Mace and 2 others posted, while reframing goals from weight loss to access strength and feeling good. A raw and honest chat. Thank you, Glitter and Lasers. Link in bio to find podcast links. So this is Glitter and Lasers, along with, I guess, the host of the podcast she did, posting this post here. And then the replies are from just lettuce alone. Hard to parse that. Did you ask the confidence queen why she culls her comments? I love the alliteration there. Confidence queen, why she culls her comments section of any dissenting opinions? Or why she uses body slimming filters in all of her content? Why she uses the Inspector Gadget arms filter? Or why she crashes out at the slightest inconvenience or comment from anyone in real life? Just wondering. Confidence queen that uses multiple AI filters. Indeed, Patrick. So now let me pull up the evidence of some filtering, because I do have some. Where is it? 1 second, folks. Let me put the bumper back on while I pull it up. Here we go. Okay, so here's a video of some recent working out by Anna. There's going to be some editing in here, some photoshopping, or some AI rather, or maybe I don't know officially how she edited it, but there's definitely some funny business going on in here. So I want you folks to watch this, and you let me know in the comments. And I'm going to read through them in a second here. I'm going to try to do my best to read through them. There's so many great comments that I'm not able to keep up with it, but I do appreciate them all, even if I can't keep up with them all. And let me know what you see as far as photoshopping, editing. What looks funky to you in this picture?
Let's get right to it. Today, I am trying to do a plank for an entire minute. This is something I have never been able to do in my entire life. I think the most I've ever been able to get.
And I've spent all this time hating on Anna, so I will give a little bit of grudging praise. And I'll say I do like that she's been fairly consistent in the gym, it looks like the last 6 weeks or so. And I think that's a good thing. I think that her exercise is a bit misguided because she needs, for her, if she truly is serious about improving her health and longevity and basically everything about herself, she should try to get some of that weight off. But I do like that she's being active, and I do think that compared to somebody like Foodie or Rosee, she's certainly healthier and in better shape. In the past, I criticized Anna for faking her workouts because she did used to fake her workouts. She would just record herself at the gym and not actually work out. Now she is working out for real, so I give her the credit where she's earned it. That said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here. It's not all glitter and lasers.
That is about 30 seconds. So how did I do today? Well, first there was some heavy breathing, then some grunting, and then some more heavy breathing, and then I fell short. I made it about 37 seconds, but I was not going to let this define my gym experience. So I was doing my final set of 125 and overhead.
Something a little funny business here. Not as obvious as last time, but look at these arms.
My final set of 125 and overhead.
They just keep going up.
Head press, and I was feeling really freaking good.
Look how they get, like, look how high up they go.
Good, really freaking strong. And I said, you know what? Maybe I don't have a plank.
I kind of spoiled it. I wanted you folks to tell me. I shouldn't have spoiled it. My apologies. But yeah, look at these gadget arms. Go gadget arms.
But maybe I have a PR. So I jumped up to 130 and I was able to do 2 reps. The second rep looked awful. So we're not going to share it. I then did my regular workout, which included some bench pressing and then some lateral raises. And you know what? I didn't leave the gym a failure. I left the gym with even more drive to try again.
And I do have to ask also, I have to make a little complaint about her fashion sense. What is this, Anna? Why can't you wear like some, some undies or some undergarments that give you, leave a little more to the imagination? It's not an attractive look when we can see every crease in every bit of your business. Like, come on, like right there. You know what I'm saying? And also, she's editing her butt. She is photoshopping her butt. She is giving herself this round, shapely butt. But if you actually look at her, like in a candid video, she has a big shelf ass. This is not her real butt. It does not look like that in reality. She does not have this round, perky booty. That is not her butt. Not at all.
Final set of 125 and
that
overhead
is
press.
That is all Photoshop.
Feeling...
The only thing, I think the arms stretching out over her head are more realistic than the shape of her butt in this video.
Really freaking good, really freaking strong. And I said, you know what? Maybe I don't have a plank, but maybe I have a PR.
Now her leaning back, that's real. That's like her actual posture. Leaning really far back and then putting the go gadget arms extensions in. That's
so
real.
I jumped up to 130 and I was able to.
Okay. That's how she does it. You got to extend your arms. Sorry. That's what Kiwi Farms pointed out. My apologies. She loves the attention, bad any kind, as long as she has it, right? It's like we're back in Kuwait with Foodie. Yeah, that is not ideal form rusher, especially when she does her deadlifts. I think she does her deadlifts. She's always doing too much weight and hunching over a little too much. She's gotten better. I'll say this. If you look at when she first started, her form was atrocious. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still not good, not in my opinion. And yeah, she's going to learn the hard way. Right, Nirvana, and I agree with you there. I'm somebody, let me give some of my background, because I know we got such a good full house tonight. Probably some people here for the first time. I have some experience in the gym. I'm not like a hardcore, bodybuilder or powerlifter or anything like that. But I've certainly paid my dues in the gym over the years. I've spent plenty of time lifting weights, doing all the exercises, learning about them, all that kind of thing. I used to be pretty heavy. Over the years, I've struggled with my weight. I managed to keep it off pretty good for a while now. I'm down to a pretty healthy weight. Gained back a few pounds, but I'm in a good place overall. So, yeah. So I have some experience in the gym. I'm aware of a lot of what you want to do, a lot of what you don't want to do. And Glitter's gonna have to learn the hard way. That's the only way I can say it. Her coach is not willing to set her aside and tell her, what she's doing right and what she's doing wrong. Her coach is very hands off, which which may lead to an injury like that, right? It's okay, Avency Mom. We're allowed to be a little bit gross. Oh, jeez. Yeah, she has her core is very big, but she doesn't have any kind of core shape. It's just very stocky. Sarah Jane's Journey, good to see ya. Sarah Jane's Journey, we got a celebrity in the chat. We got Skinny Queen Reacts Sarah Jane in the chat, a great friend of the channel. If any one of my mods, you'd be so kind as to post a link to Sarah Jane's Journey. Sarah Jane has a wonderful channel where she covers some non-Gorlworld related content, mostly now. So if you want to anybody wants to give her a look and check her out, Sarah Jane, you could certainly tell people better than I can what you've been up to lately. But yeah, it's awesome seeing you. Hopefully you're doing great. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I already wished happy Thanksgiving, but the other day. But yeah, good to see you. Glad to have you in here tonight. I'm glad you're having a good time, Rusher. It's a great. I feel like tonight I've got a great crowd tonight. You folks are awesome. Canada. I don't want to say anything, but it is what I don't want to encourage you. All right, so Jesus, so many comments. I got to catch up. My apologies if I'm missing some good comments here. I know I am, but got to catch up just a little bit. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. Good to see all you. Thank you so much for coming in. I have a little bit more glitter and lasers, but I do want to cover some other stuff tonight. So let me cover. I've got like one or two more. Geez, I've got a couple more here. So I said how she's kind of exhibitionistic and has not really, any attention is good attention. Well, come on, post picture. Why don't you post? Hold on a second here. We're gonna get it. All right, here we go. So here's a recent one she did. Of course, she's looks topless, naked, whatever you want to call it. Yes, she has the cover, but it's just, come on, like why post this picture at all? So yeah, she's talking about have some new flare-ups and about her going to get her MLD session. That's the MLD session where a complete stranger set her aside and told her how much her body's changed and how amazing she was. The conversation that never happened. And she's talking about how she's having flare-ups. She's always having flare-ups. She's never seems to be doing anything to mitigate them, though. As far as anything that was involving nutrition or anything involving getting not overexerting herself physically. She goes from 0 to 100. She goes from, I need to take 2 days of full bed rest and doing nothing to, well, now I'm going to, do this 400-pound farmer's carry and exert myself to the point where I nearly collapse and get injured. Glitter goes from 0 to 100, and that's not a good thing. You got to work your way up slowly. I think a lot of you folks who have experience working out, getting healthy, you understand that. In the hot girl era. Okay, so let me post up one or two more of these recent social medias for you, and then I'm going to get a video that I've got with some Rosee, because I wanted to cover some Rosee tonight as well. So let me post the, she's in her Dora the Explorer phase. Remember when I said edited versus unedited pictures, you can really get an idea of Glitter's actual size. Here is a backpack she got recently. Here is that same backpack on I guess a somewhat petite-sized woman. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to compare the two. So here's a picture of the bag. By the way, it's $368 bag. So relatable, right? Buying a $368 bag just to take it to the gym a couple times. So to give you an idea of the dimensions, 17 by 18 by 9. And here's a video of Glitter in the Dora.
Showing off my new bag because I'm so excited. Leave me alone!
Just sponsored, or are you just tickled about your own
I love it!
I'm Dora. That's a good idea.
Oh my gosh, don't! Y'all suck. Took a joyful moment and just put it down the drain.
I mean, she does remind me of a toddler in some ways, although Dora's a little bit older than a toddler, isn't she? Oh, we miss you too, Sarah Jane. Good to see you. I know you've been taking a break from Gorlworld, so I haven't been wanting to bug you too much. I know you've been taking a little time off from that, but hey, we're glad to have you back always. There's so much going on lately too, right? It's been a little bit stale for a while, but we finally got an interesting week again. And by the way, I came up with an insulting name for glitter and lasers, and I almost didn't say it. I'm going to let you see if you can guess it. It's rhymes with Dora the Explorer. If nobody can guess it by next week, I'll share it. If nobody can guess it by next week. Dora, a nickname, a rude nickname that sounds a little like Dora the Explorer. I bet it's going to be a guess. If anybody can think of it by next week, I don't know. I'll come up with I'll give you a special personalized shout out. If anybody can think up the rude name that I come up with by next week. All right. Trey, you asked that? I didn't even notice that blue hoodie. Let me pull that back up. Oh my goodness. So he's so used to her antics at this point. And as much as I wanted to cut her trainer some slack, he is, in my opinion, I think that he's made for her. She and him, they both seem to just be concerned about social media a lot more than much else. But I hope I'm wrong, of course.
I'm so excited. Leave me alone.
Is this sponsored or are you just tickled about your own back?
Is this sponsored or are you just tickled? Oh my goodness. So in other words, he's so used to her coming in here and pretending to be happy and pretending to be excited about something purely because it's sponsored. He's like, oh, do you actually like it? Or is this just another one of your sponsored posts? Okay. I've got more glitter and lasers, but I think that's enough for one night. Let me cover some of the Quirky Love Rosee drama that I got going on. So let me pull up a video here real quick from my playlists, because she recently got demonetized. So let's go to her channel, and let's go to her recent live stream. Oh, and one of them actually got taken down. She actually deleted like some of her recent live streams because I guess she didn't want to lose the money. Oh, and by the way, I got to ask you folks, before I cover her most recent live stream, has anybody seen Rosie's walking live streams where she goes walking? Oh, thank you so much, Canada Cool. Pondu. $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. What exactly does she, Glitter and Lasers, mean by flare-up? It's very vague. Well, flare-ups used to mean that her lipedema was hurting her, that she had pain from her fibrosis, her fibrotic fat cells from the lipedema, and they caused her pain and swelling, and she couldn't deal with it. Now that that's been removed, her flare-ups are very vague. She's given a few different answers. She's alternatively said it is a connective tissue disorder flare-up without describing exactly which one. This is the woman who was doing a dead hang at over 500 pounds with a connective tissue disorder. So she said it's either that or it's a flare-up again of her lymphedema now, or it's a flare-up of her lipedema again, even though the doctor allegedly removed all of the fibrotic tissue. Apparently, it's still possible for her to have flare-ups. So there you go, Canada. Cool. Hopefully that answered your question. Probably didn't really explain very much, but answered it to the best of my ability. Thank you, Alizu. Rosie's walking. First of all, it's a little bit suspicious because she always turns the camera off when she walks. She says she's doing it for safety because she doesn't want people to see where she lives. But she turns on the camera when she walks outside of her house anyway. So it doesn't make any sense why she turns it off when she walks. And then she turns it back on when she's done walking. It's very, you could actually rescind one of your comments, Rusher. If you click on the dots next to the comment, you can retract your own comment. But yeah, but I don't think anybody's going to take it negatively. I hope not, at least. But yeah, but absolutely, I understand wanting to. You know, I've certainly had comments come out ways that I didn't intend. When she actually walks, she sounds like she's ready to keel over. So with that said, let me pull it up here. Oh, let me find the part where she walks also. Here it is.
Fortunately, because, you know, trolls. So. But I've been sitting here for a minute, so. No, we're not going to make cheese icing. No. What would you do when...
Oh, and also, I want to point out one other thing, because before we get to it later, Rosie's recently been demonetized, and she's been talking about how terrible Foodie is and how awful Foodie is and why isn't Foodie demonetized. And I actually agree with her. But she's trying to make the argument that Foodie should be demonetized, but not her, but not Amber. You could argue that that Foodie is worse, and I could respect that argument. But if you want to say that the justification of the feeder content and the disordered eating content, and if that's what's causing people to be demonetized, and just to give everybody an update, it was actually a change that occurred in 2023 and was only recently enforced. That's why just the detail I thought was worth pointing out, because I was wondering myself what just happened. Apparently they started enforcing this rule in 2023. But yeah, Rosie talks so much about how awful Foodie is, and I agree with her, but it just feels very disingenuous for her to say that Foodie makes feeder content and should be taken off. But what she does is perfectly fine.
What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go?
That's not English.
Respectfully? Amazon has a lot of cute water bottle holders so you're hands-free while walking. Yeah, I bought a cheap one at some point, but the rollator has like a really big basket underneath the seat, so my water fits perfectly in there.
So Rosie's talking about the rollator. Her viewers were kind enough to buy for her. I think it was $400. Very kind of them. Her viewers have been supporting her for a while now, which is very generous of them. As long as they realize where their money's going, more power to them. Through her Amazon wish list and such. Let me speed this up just a little bit.
I too suffer from dyslexia. It's a curse, yeah.
Oh, and a rollator, for anybody not familiar, it looks kind of like a walker, but it has wheels on it, so it's lets you go a little faster.
We just, if when you okay, he said no, we go.
Okay, so I'm just going to fast forward to the part with the walking, because I want to show the other video where she talks about monetization. So let's go to the part where she walks.
Let's go, Mario. All right, we got my water locked.
And it's really shocking how much bigger Rosie's gotten over. It's really the vague description of the Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here at the same time. Yes, good point, Amber. Or good point, Christy. Sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to call you Amber. I read Amber on your comment. Agreed, Eliza. That just happened like 2 days ago. Sarah Jane.
I'm not stalking, motherfucker. Hamlet, I'm gonna smack you. All right, keys. Ow, that was loud. That was very dramatic. Oh, right. Forgot this tripod.
Chantel's probably still the worst.
A lot to handle. All right, 1 second. Okay. Uno momento, por favor, while I get my shit together. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. We righty the tidying. Yeah. Oh, Rosie, your phone's not going to work this way because you're going to be upside down to chat. Girl.
So notice she's getting her phone ready so she can kind of have her phone on the rollator so she can communicate with the chat while she's walking.
Act like you've done YouTube before. Swear to God. Certainly. Oh, mamma mia. All right, well, I'm gonna turn off the camera while I'm getting everything situated. Remember, while I'm doing my walk and stuff, I can't really have the camera on for, safeties.
So for safety reasons, she has to have the camera off while she walks. For safety reasons.
There we go. Okay.
So we're gonna listen to the walking and see if we can. I don't know. I don't want to. This isn't a witch hunt. I don't necessarily have any vested opinion in what's going on here, but I'm interested in what really is going on here. Is Rosee actually walking or not? And if she is she walking the full amount that she claims? I can't prove one way or another, but I'm interested.
And then
it's a mystery.
We're just gonna bring this up here. Yeah, I probably should have made this higher up. I should have done it like this last time. Because now it'll be so much easier to read the chat. If it'll stay in place.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Okay, there we go.
That, I don't know, that's how it's, Rosee in some ways, as much as I was just defending her a minute ago, saying I think Foodie's worse, in some ways, Rosee is pretty, she's very, very manipulative in a way. So she just gets demonetized by YouTube. She's been collecting all this money from her chat for her Amazon wish list, getting all this frivolous crap, just aprons and cooking books and candles and air fresheners and all this frivolous crap for herself. And all of a sudden now, her family depends on that money. YouTube is taking money from my family. Well, then why did you have an Amazon wish list for all that frivolous crap? Why didn't you tell your viewers that your family was depending on this money and you couldn't justify buying things like candles and aprons and chef's hats because your family is so hard up for this money? It just doesn't add up, Rosee. And I'm not saying, everybody has to be perfect with their money, but it just feels very convenient that she had no problem just buying random crap, knickknacks, just for the hell of it, doing retail therapy. And all of a sudden, her money gets tight. And now, oh my goodness, my family depends on that money.
All right. Let me open this shit up.
Thank you. Her family said that, her family didn't say, I heard her mother a few months ago, her mother didn't say, oh, Rosee, if you, what are we going to do if you don't have a job? Her mother didn't say that. Her mother said, Rosee, well, you know what? We're going to have to, we're going to sell this place. If you don't, if you can't bring in enough money to pay for this place, we're going to have to sell it. She didn't sound like she didn't want to sell it. She sounded like she did want to sell the house. And that Rosee was the reason why she didn't sell it. That's what it sounded like to me.
It's like not that cold out right now. Yep. All right, are y'all there? Oh, let me turn off my Wi-Fi real quick. Okay.
Preach.
She's gonna start having sleep memories in the driveway. God damn it, private dancer. Shut up.
The Three Stooges. ALR belongs on here too.
Here we go. Okay. Private dancer for money. Okay, sorry. All right, can I get a confirmation y'all can hear me?
So Rosee's starting to breathe a little bit heavier. She's about to do her walk. Let's hear if her breathing, how much breathing she does.
I am actually 1/4 Mexican. So if that's why I probably look a little Latina. We can hear you, Queen? Okay, cool.
I mean, we hear the thing rolling, but, I mean, could she turn it upside down and just spin the wheel and hold the microphone next to it? Like, she probably could just do that.
Yeah, 1/4 Mexican. Rest in me's European mutt.
I'm listening to the walking.
Actually, I forgot.
She's talking while she's walking. I don't think she could do that. I think if she were really walking, she'd have to just be quiet and huff and puff.
Oh, y'all can actually see me this time. What an angle, but you know...
She's not out of breath in the slightest. Normally, she's out of breath from standing up and walking from one end of the kitchen to the other. She just walked more than I've seen her. I mean, I guess I didn't see any of it, but I just heard her walk what was likely a greater distance than I've ever seen her walk, and she's not out of breath in the slightest.
The sky's really pretty, so let's walk.
All right, now she's actually walking for real. Now, this is where the real walking is going to start, and we'll see how long it goes. And I could be wrong, but this is my hypothesis. My hypothesis is that this walking is being faked. Not this part of it, but the part when she had the camera off.
The sidewalk, I mean. Oh, that's annoying as fuck. For me. Shit. Okay, ow. Gabe, fuck off.
You can hear her huffing and puffing now.
For that, I'm turning the camera off. That was naughty.
And now the camera goes off again. Why did the camera go off? Huh? Why does the camera go on and off? I thought she turned the camera off for her safety. What element of her safety was compromised by leaving it on? And why, if she could turn it on, does she have to turn it back off? How does this make any sense? How does this make any sense? It does, doesn't it? Like what? Like what is she? My theory is that she's spinning the wheel and holding the microphone next to it. But she could be dragging something. Like, what is she doing to produce this noise? Because I don't think she's actually walking. I think she's spinning the wheel. That's my theory. Notice how she's able to notice how she was when she was completely out of breath and could barely even get out a whisper when the camera was on. When it's off, now all of a sudden her breathing slows down and she's back to kind of talking again.
And here we go. Okay.
Welcome in, Miss Figs. Dragging her iron lug, her oxygen tank. It does sound like that. Oh, I believe it's a rollator. I believe that, but I'm thinking that she's spinning the wheel, and I'm thinking that what she's doing is she's spinning the wheel and holding the microphone next to the wheel. I think that's what she's doing. I can't prove it, but that's my theory. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's my theory, that she's spinning the wheel and holding the microphone.
Sorry, Christine. It's dark and you need lights on the rollator.
That's possible too. She could just be pulling it up and down with a rope. I don't know if she's willing to do all that.
Yeah. Oh, that.
I guess the big question is this. It's not that it's impossible that she's actually walking, but why is it that she's so out of breath when she's walking on camera? But when she turns off the camera, she doesn't seem to be so out of breath, right? Like, I mean, and if she watches this video or hears that, she's going to realize that. But it just feels incongruous. And why is it that she's always turning it off when she's walking and then turns it back on when she's sitting still? Like, it just feels very, like, huh? It's like back when Glitter and Lasers used to not record herself working out. She would record herself going to the gym, and she would record herself posing in her workout clothes, but never actually had any footage of the workout. It's that kind of a situation again, where I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's something fishy here. Something fishy here. I don't know what it is, but there's something fishy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mother Nature. Oh, she just picked it up. Hell yeah. Not rolling her headlights. Yeah. Jeannie, how about you try?
That is true, Shelley. That is true.
With a 300
And I
pound
do
suit
think,
on your body.
and I do believe that Rosie could walk. But I think what she's doing is she's mixing walking with the cameras on. Then she turns it off and just spins the wheel and holds the camera next to the wheel. And then she gets back up and starts walking again. I think that's what she's doing. Is she's sitting on a bench or something and just spinning the wheel. And then she gets back up and like walks a little bit for real. And then she kind of mixes it up. I think that's what she's doing. Because especially the video that got deleted was better proof than this one, in my opinion. The video where it got deleted, she did 2 full laps with the camera off.
And tell me how you do, babe.
Which was very sus.
Otherwise, you can just shut the fuck up. I don't know. My legs are... I'm feeling it already from...
But I do agree with you there, Shelley. I do believe she could do the walk.
Too.
If she really wanted. But I think she's more out of breath. Welcome in, Freedom D.
Obviously
Good to see
walking
you.
back. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do...
Yeah, we got Sarah Jane back tonight.
Another set of 2 laps.
Rosie and ALR are the 2. And I also thought when I began the show, I thought Glitter and Lasers also was demonetized. Turns out that was just a rumor. But ALR and Rosie are the 2 for now. Hopefully Foodie, that's certainly one who deserves to get kicked off.
Thank you, Azur. Oh, sorry, my thumb was blocking. You've been very active recently. I'm trying, man. Like, that's why, like, you know, last weeks where I was like taking these smaller baby steps. Like,
I know how you feel.
I'm trying to build up from literally nothing.
It's a tough feeling.
Thank you, Morning Dove. Cool, every bit helps. Yeah, that's my point. So it's like, it's so weird to me when like I'm literally actively doing things to make improvements and people like shit on it, you know? It's weird. I think it's really weird behavior.
Ooh, welcome in, Share Bear.
That's step. Agreed. Do you feel like your leg?
I mean, that would certainly help. I mean, I know that at Twitch is terrible about that. That a lot of the Twitch mods are the Twitch, not the Twitch mods, the Twitch staff. I heard that they're really bad about like if they know somebody personally, they will just ignore everything. I heard that they're really bad about that. So I'm sure, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I could believe that YouTube would be similar.
Strength is improving. Possibly. You can do anything you set your mind to. Thank you, Thiago. Good. By the way, I don't think I said hello to you earlier.
Oh, wow.
By names. Hello, Thiago. The swimming was nice. Is the weather okay for that? Too cold, unfortunately.
I mean, she's been doing like straight up feeder, like bait content, like for a while now. So, I mean, if YouTube wants to get rid of that feeder stuff, then
my new queen. You
it.
referring to me, Jen Shaw hater? By the way, I'm still a fan of your username. If you're ever feeling down, just know you're doing better than
Well, thank you so much, Sarah Jane. Yes, please.
I almost said something really mean. I'm glad I caught myself.
Oh, and be sure to hype it up,
You're
too.
You're doing great walking, no edibles.
The hype button to the right of the like button, if you go just a little over to the right, there's that hype button. And that, I've heard, helps out even more than the like button. So if anybody could be so kind as to hit that, I heard that really helps the channel a lot.
A random cat adopted impulsively. You're the queen of crop right now. Yeah, animals are their own beings and deserve love and respect.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really not hard to be better than Chantal.
Agreed, Freedom D. And she's been doing it for a long time, too. Consistently. When she was in Kuwait, that was all she did for like 2 years straight. That's all she did.
So annoying. When I decided to go on this walk, I didn't feel like that much pain. And I don't know if it was like just from continuing sitting in the chair or what, but it's not nearly as bad as it has been in recent history, like where I was like barely functioning bad, but it's just annoying. It's just unpleasant.
Okay, so let me go to the one where she talks about monetization, because I made my point about the walking. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But I've got one other Rosie video. This one is about where she actually talks about monetization, and she's just so, she comes across, well, I'm going to let you decide what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think. But let me pull this up. I don't want to bias you too much in advance, although I kind of, it's a little too late for that now. Okay, so let me start off here in the beginning here. And then she also has some, I guess you would call feeder content toward the end. But this video was after her channel was demonetized, this new one. So this one is, so she's going to actually be discussing all of that. So let me pull it up to the correct spot.
It was just me talking about craft, Hamlet, Oasis, Good Martin. She's a scourge of you. I got more than many other people. So, I mean, if you look in the last month, yeah, I got like a lot of wish lists over that kind of stuff. But there's also just, I mean, I've been on YouTube for 2 years, so it kind of comes and goes in phase.
Well, thank you for clearing that up, Capricorn. Apparently, HFC is still monetized for YouTube.
Right? So, yeah. So, in case you missed the update, your girl was hit by the demonetized demon up here on the land of the YouTubes. So, you know, as I've said in the past, making an income on YouTube is a privilege. It is something that most people never get to do in their life. And it is something that I've been able to do now for probably over a year. And yeah, after like the last updates I gave you.
Very mature, starts off like really mature and like really, like that's a great way to put it. I can absolutely, I absolutely agree with what you just said. It's a privilege. And I want to thank all of you folks for allowing me the privilege of streaming on YouTube and being able to get a few bucks off AdSense and the super chats and the memberships and everything. I really do appreciate that. I mean, I was happy doing this stuff for free because I just enjoy doing it. But being able to get make a few dollars off of it, I certainly don't mind that. So I do very much appreciate that. Thank you all you who make that possible.
Guys, I had a couple videos here and there that hit. They were like age restricted.
Not enough.
One was removed and then I appealed it and they put it back up and age restricted it. But a lot of those videos, what was so like frustrating to me was I was getting these not these appeals, excuse me. I was getting these hits or whatever, but wherever that they put the timestamp, one time the timestamp was the end of the video. Like the video length was like 22 minutes and 20.
Unless you mean like being paid to put them away, like I have to respectfully disagree, Mrs. Peel.
2 seconds, and it was literally like the last second of my outro. And then another one, it was just me talking about a random topic that had nothing to do with food or certain behaviors, of which are the reason that this demonetization is happening. Yeah, and I mean, does it blow? Obviously. Like, this is not fun nor fresh. We are not thriving. We are not jazzed about this. This is not a, you know, joyous occasion by any stretch of the imagination, nor am I going to pretend that it's that way, right? But at the end of the day, it was a job, and jobs come and go.
I am not personally like a fan of her content. Like, I certainly don't enjoy it. But as far as like, I think she's more straight up with her audience than like Foodie and Rosee. I think she's, you know, she's straight up with the kind of content she makes, and I can at least respect that she doesn't mislead people as to what she does. So I mean, I can at least respect that, right?
And I have done what I can do. I have appealed, and given what I know from what happened to Amber, from what's happening to other people on the internet,
that was nasty.
The fact that it's even before today, before this happened. By the way, or no, I'm gonna stress that later. Sorry, I just got a notification and it distracted me. What was I gonna say? I was talking about something and then my ADHD went. You know how it goes. Hold on, I need some water. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. But anyway.
I'm sorry, Share Bear.
YouTube is a job. Jobs come.
You can always ask me a question. I won't get nasty. Unless you ask like a bazillion questions, I might get a little tired of it.
And go. I've done what I can, and based on what the
questions are welcome here, though. Questions are allowed.
What I'm seeing and all of that, and the fact that even before today, I saw a lot of talk about how
I think you're right,
other people in other communities are being very negatively impacted by the AI moderation.
I like a nice pair of boobs, and there's nothing I'm seeing here that I like.
that's going on YouTube's side that's impacting a lot of people.
Not just Christina's lifting, healing journey.
Oh, Rose the victim to me YouTube. That's not.
You're having a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming in.
Situation here. Ultimately, they're making changes and enforcing things far more strictly than they ever have because they're dealing with a lawsuit among other social media platforms, and it's about, at the end of the day, money. That's what it's about. And
it is about money, but I will say this. I think this is more about image at this point. I think YouTube's recent bannings, yes, it's about cleaning up the platform to make it quote advertiser friendly. But I think this is, I want to say that I think this is more about like cleaning up the image of the platform. And if it is, then that's not the worst thing. And I do believe there's a difference, and I kind of alluded to this earlier. There's a difference between allowing content to exist on the platform and monetizing content on the platform. Like, I may not like HFC's feeder bait type content, but I can accept that it's on the platform, but I don't think it should be monetized. I think it should be age restricted. But that said, I'm okay with it existing on the platform. Same thing with a lot of the Gorlworld content. I'm okay with it existing. Some of it I really don't like. I think it should be taken off, like like Amber making false accusations against her ex, or Foodie making false accusations, or anybody making false accusations. That shouldn't be allowed. But I think you get my point. People actively promoting disordered eating, they shouldn't be paid for that. No, I don't like that. So I mean, I'm certainly okay with certain things being demonetized, but I don't like censorship. So as long as it doesn't cross the line into censorship, as long as it's simply I think this is reasonable. Some of this demonetization is reasonable. Yeah, anybody fakes cancer, that kind of crap. Take that monetization is a privilege. It's not a it's not a right. Being able to post, I think that's more like a right. I don't think people should lose their right to post, but being able to like advertise yourself and promote it. All right, no complaints here, buddy. All right, let's let it run.
So even though I have not, like all of the content that was affected was all content that was about a year ago or older. The most recent piece of content that was ever impacted was one from 9 months ago that got removed. Other than that, all of my lives have remained untouched. The eating content has not been the issue as far as I've known and seen. So yeah, at the end of the day, my YouTube paycheck has been yoinked from me. I was very excited because I did a decent month. I was, it was my birthday month. The birthday stream went really well. I had been grinding, and that's been taken from me.
Well, it may not be a legally protected right, but I think it's fair to say I think that most people should be entitled to post on the platform unless they've really like done something absurd. Like I think that it's almost at the point of being a utility. I'm not going to argue YouTube's a utility, but I think you could make that argument that it like borders on a utility at this point. Like most American like citizens are expected to have access to YouTube, like either for their workplace, maybe not for the workplace particularly, but like for the purposes, say, of training. Like how many times are there training videos on YouTube? So I guess posting wouldn't involve that, but I think you get what I'm saying. It may not be a legal right, but I think that it's most people should be allowed to at least access and post unless they are really posting some crazy stuff.
And it's not being paid out, even though I earned it. Bro, that blows. Let's just be real. So, but in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to read the statement that I made. I'm just going to read it verbally for people who haven't seen the community tab post, who haven't gone and read it, just to kind of cover some of the bases here. And then we'll talk a bit further about specific things. So
that does complicate the matter as far as like payouts and advertisers and everything. It's so complex that I mean, there's channels that are devoted to this stuff that have a new video every day, just talking about YouTube.
How does this work? I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna try to full screen it. Never mind.
She's probably ground like a Like there's probably like an actual like rut in the ground, like where the wheels have like dug like a groove into the floor.
This is a text post that I made on Patreon. And the title of it is A New Era. So I'm going to just be reading from my screen, and I won't be looking at, I haven't really been looking at the chat at all because I've been trying to remain focused. And I've got a lot I need to verbally say to you guys. So I'm going to read this and then we're going to go.
Welcome to Chantia.
So, hello friends. Today, YouTube decided to demonetize my channel. It's pretty clear from everything that has been happening recently that YouTube's reliance on AI moderation is causing massive issues for many creators, and I am simply one of them. So
Rosie wrote up a statement, and one mistake that she's making, let me share this with anybody here. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm a pretty decent communicator. And one thing I learned back when I was like taking public speaking classes and that kind of stuff is that if you write a statement, don't just read it word for word. You want to look at the audience. You want to pause for a moment. You want to speak the statement. You don't want to just read it like you're reading off, a grocery list. And because Rosie actually makes an okay statement here, but the way she's reading it, it just sounds awful.
I've stated in the past on my YouTube channel, it is time to take these things in stride. I said I would pivot, and this is how I'm going to pivot. I've set up multiple ways to hopefully bridge the gaps if I do lose the appeal to YouTube. I have this Patreon page from when I was a fan of a podcast in 2014, so I'm thankful to have it to be able to set up for exclusive members-only content. So, to my supporters, I will for the time being move forward to have all members exclusive content on Patreon. I will need a little time to look into how the platform works for everything to be set up completely. But honestly, the demonetization happened at like 2:17 p.m. and I stopped working at like 6:34. The entire time I've been doing a lot of things. So what was I saying here?
So Rosie does blame AI, AI moderation. I don't think it's AI moderation. It's just automated. YouTube's always had crappy automation. If anybody has a right to complain about YouTube's moderation, it's me. How many times have I had my stream knocked off for a copyright claim? You do realize that every single copyright claim on my channel has been rescinded when I protested it. I've protested, I think, 12 copyright claims at this point, and every single one of them on protest, I've won. I know the law. I'm not an expert on the law, but I know the basics of the law on copyright. I know what I'm allowed to legally use. So every single time I get my claim reviewed and it comes out in my favor. But it doesn't matter because they still knock my video off. And I have to, so YouTube is crap when it comes to that. I'm not going to defend YouTube. So, I mean, I can agree with her on that.
From my quick review, I should be able to add my custom emojis to my phone and laptop just like I did on YouTube for members only content. I have created 3 tiers with different perks. Make sure to check those out. You also can check out my Patreon link to follow for free. You don't have to pay to follow on Patreon. There will be free updates, and my first live on Patreon will not be behind a paywall. So I highly recommend everyone go follow me over on Patreon because there will be members only content as well as occasionally updates over there that will not be on my YouTube. So let me continue. Demonetization sucks, and it is not the end of the world. I have worked hard on my YouTube platform, and I'm going to continue to work on learning this platform, building a catalog, and hopefully having ways to engage more directly with you guys. Even if I lose.
So she mentioned there, if anybody missed that she's going to be migrating for the most part, at least it sounds like, over to Patreon. Patreon is a platform where you can post content, but it is paywalled content. I believe you can post content that is not paywalled, but I'm not sure how exactly that works. So Rosie said she will have content on there that's visible to everybody, but it will mostly be, you'll have to pay for it. Anybody interested how much you have to pay for Rosie's content? The minimum is $7, and it's $14 a month to get the full access to her channel. $14 a month for full access. That's pretty high. Docta Phil, my channel is $2.99 for membership. In fairness, you don't really get a lot for the membership. You get access to the monthly member stream, and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling knowing that you're helping support the channel. And then I have the tier 2 memberships, which I think are $6.99 a month, maybe $7.99, something like that. They're a little bit more, and that gives you a personalized shout out every episode. So every weekly episode. So just wanted to make that clear. But they're both a much better deal than Rosie's channel. At least I won't torture you with feeder content unless I'm reacting to it.
Even if I lose the appeal, I'm confident reapplication will be approved. And if my confidence turns out to be delusion, then I'll find another way. In the meantime, this is obviously a very scary and uncertain time for me, my parents, and my brother, as my income is an important factor in our household. My link.
Yeah, now that part there is just straight cap. Rosie's mother a while ago said that she was planning to sell the house, but if Rosie wanted to stay here, she was willing to keep it, but Rosie would have to pay for the bills. So obviously I'm not privy to the details, but the impression I got from that conversation was that her family was financially secure. They did not want to maintain this extra household unless Rosie could maintain it personally. So it's simply a matter of the bills that her family relies on her for are the bills that cover her expenses. So I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Her family relies on her income. Well, yes, in the sense that they would be supporting her otherwise, but that's kind of not really that's a bit of a disingenuous read of the issue.
It contains all of my pay links, merch site, Ko-Fi, this Patreon, and my new Cameo.
Oh, welcome to Goose Chuck. Good to see you.
Prior to the new wave of demonetization, I was planning to launch a Cameo in December after some
time.
And
if any of my mods, if you'd like to post a link to Goose Chuck's channel, or if any of my mods, if you've got a channel you want to link, feel free to do so.
From my merch launch. I was undecided if I was going to do that because I felt like it would seem I was copying other creators in light of these changes, but at this point I just need to do what's best for me. I'll be happy to provide personalized video shoutouts, short tarot card pull readings,
tarot card pull readings. Now this is something that kind of, like, I'm not really into tarot, but I do respect that it is a skill that requires, knowledge, and you have to study it, you have to learn it. Does Rosie have any actual knowledge or experience with tarot? Like, if you get her to do a tarot reading, does she have any idea what she's doing? Is that like hiring her to write you a computer program? She could do that too, technically, but it's not going to help you. It's just going to mess you up. That's like hiring her to come up with a personal training program. It just feels like there's no regulation on tarot, but if there was, I would be reporting her for that.
Advice on any situations you may be in, or answer any questions or requests you may have. Shout out to the person who's already purchased a Cameo. Love you. I'm not going to say your first name, but thank you. I'm excited to do your tarot card reading. Anyway.
Oh, that's a good question there. Do they allow feeder content? I believe they do allow feeder content. As far as I'm aware, Patreon allows adult content. They allow X-rated content. I'm not sure what level they do restrict, but I do believe they allow adult rated content. So feeder content would probably fall under that restriction. I'm sure that it would have to be age restricted, but I'm pretty sure they allow age restricted content. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's going to have, I think she has a few diehard followers, but I don't think her following is that strong, personally.
As always.
But if it is, it is. I just don't think it is.
It is never expected or mandatory of my supporters to financially support me. I never expect it from anyone. However, with this situation, I am in a very concerning and precarious position. I have already, 4 months now, been off and on looking for a job. I was already in the job hunting process before this event happened. Quite literally, my parents and I were having conversations about this yesterday. But I digress. What was I saying?
But you've been on and off hunting for a job. Look, I'm not going to sweat Rosie about whether she should work outside the house or whether she should work on YouTube, whatever. It's her life. I'm not going to try to moralize, oh, she should do this, she should do that. She can do what she chooses. But to try to put it onto her audience that I was kind of looking for a job, but I don't expect you to support me, but my money's really tight now. So if you can, I would rather she just came up front and just said, hey, everybody, I really enjoy making this content, but I just, I need to make money. And the only way I can do it is by, I'm going to have a paywall. I'm going to have to charge for it. If that's what you'd like to do, then let's do that. Be straight up. Don't say that you don't expect people to support your content and then put it behind a paywall. You can't have it both ways.
The job hunting process before this event happened, but I knew it was a possibility. As we all know, the current job market is a hellscape.
Crap.
I also want the ability to save up for a car and such. I decided months ago and told my community I would not be discussing the status of my job hunting online because even the mere mention of it caused me to be bombarded every time I went live with one.
Okay, see, I don't have the full story as far as that. So that does add a little bit more of a wrinkle into it if they, the situation, the mortgage. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on the details of that because I don't really fully know it. Oh, no problem, Goose Chuck. That's what replays are for, right? I'm glad to have you.
Whether or not I got a job.
And that goes for anybody who just came in. I am probably going to be winding it down a little bit. We're going to run a little bit later tonight. But yeah, if you missed it, you came in a little bit late, that's what, be sure to check out that replay and leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you folks think about Rosee's demonetization, moving to Patreon, her potential walking scam, potential walking reality, or do you have something to say on Glitter and Lasers from earlier in the show? But yeah, I'd always love to hear your feedback.
So just know I'm going to continue on that venture with even higher priority, with even higher levels of priority than prior, but I will not be providing job hunting updates until I've landed an actual at-home position. This is just a challenge I have to overcome and find ways to bridge the gap until I have steady income again. I believe in the power and the energy of the universe, and I believe the universe does things and causes disruptions to force growth when needed. I've been dragging my feet in some ways, and I'm going to choose to find the situation as a blessing in disguise. I love YouTube and content creation for the love of the game. My frequency of YouTube content will have to change simply because we live in a capitalistic society and I need money to live.
That doesn't necessarily make sense, Rosie. Like, if you're able to, like, no, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. Yes, there's opportunity cost. And if you're busy working to support yourself, that's time you don't have to do other things. But if making a live stream while you sit there and just cook is not that time consuming. You're just kind of doing stuff you already do. It's not like you're going out and recording videos and editing them. It's not like you're taking, it's not like, let me give myself as an example. I'm not to compare myself to anybody else. But even though these streams are I don't do a lot of video editing, I always take at least a couple hours to sit down watching, staying updated on the latest Gorlworld subjects, because when I do the show, I want to sound knowledgeable. I don't want to be ignorant of what's going on. I don't know everything that's going on. I don't know all the history, but I make a point to stay updated, at least the current events, talk to people, see what's going on. I make sure to preview the content so that if I do pull something up, I have some idea what's going on. I mean, I put some effort into it. If Rosie's content is exceptionally low effort, the majority of it, so I don't see why she's going to be prohibited from doing low effort content if she has to do other stuff.
So while I may pop on YouTube from time to time, I will be experimenting with different content options here on Patreon and getting feedback from my members in the process. I really, truly hope to see you here. So, we pivot, bitches. That's what we're gonna do. And honestly, like, I haven't even really cried about it, which I just didn't expect. I'm definitely not manic. I don't deal with mania.
Great point, Elizu. I think that's an excellent point. She's doing all this talk about how she's going to focus on content creation. If they're happy with the content as it is right now, well, they're going to be getting less of it. At the very least, they're going to be getting less content. The quality is not going to improve. If anything, it'll probably decrease. I mean, I hope for the sake of her viewers and for her sake, I'm wrong, and for my sake, because the better content Rosie makes, the more interesting it is for me to cover it and react to it. So I'm not against her making good content, certainly, or interesting content at least. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that the memberships are going to decline as if she does not fulfill her obligations.
I'm motivated. That's definitely it. It's something where
timing.
It's this might sound a little dramatic, but to me, it's doing that. Like, I've got two choices. I can fucking work.
But she could be your anti-diet coach. Like, if you feel like going off your diet, she'll be like, yeah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, go off your diet. Treat yourself, eat that junk food. Like she'll enable you for 10 minutes. The same way that you enable her when you're in her chat, all of her viewers enable her in the chat. She'll enable the viewers the same way for 10 minutes on a call. For only $35, Rosee will enable you as if you were a member of Gorlworld yourself. She'll give you that sweet chat room enabling.
And figure out what's going to work for me, or I can lay down and cry about it and bitch about it and play victim, and I'm not doing
right?
That. So, Rosee, you're going to
and notice also, and not to dwell on this element too much, but she says to get a work at home position. I mean, it's great if you could find it, but the only reason Rosee has to work at home is because she's eaten herself to the point where she's become homebound. She's homebound because of her obesity. She's eaten herself into this position where she can't get a job outside the house because she can't ambulate. She can't move her body adequately. She couldn't sit at a desk or at a cubicle for an extended length of time. She couldn't use the workplace bathroom. She couldn't walk from the parking lot to her office. She couldn't use the stairs at the elevator. I think there's just the endless things that, I mean, what do you folks? You could probably name plenty of things in a regular workplace that you do every day that Rosee would struggle to do or just straight up not be able to do. I'm sure every one of us does things at work or has done things at work that Rosee just couldn't do. So then this is not because she was born with some condition. I mean, maybe she'll tell you she was, but what's put her in this situation now is that she's eaten herself into this situation. And I'm sympathetic, but I'm also not going to be gaslit.
Or will you content be exclusively on Patreon and behind a paywall moving forward? It is going to be a mix of the two. So at this point, I already did appeal. And so at this point,
my apologies for missing some chat, but I gotta catch up. We got so much great chat tonight. I just can't keep up with all of it.
I was planning to do the live with my brother tomorrow. I've decided that I'm pushing that one more week because I need a little time to start getting some balls rolling. I need to commit time to job hunting. Sorry, that takes priority to decorating gingerbread houses. It just does. Sorry. If you're disappointed by that, I do apologize. But there are people that bought those gingerbread houses for us. And I'm still going to make that content. It's something I promise.
She's a professional chef. Like she's a self-employed chef. You know what I'm saying? Like she's her own customer. Like she cooks for herself and she pays herself to cook. You know what I'm saying?
It's something I still want to make Christmas content. I'm not going to put that behind a paywall because I'm not going to force the people that helped pay for that to have to also pay to watch it.
Glad to have you.
So I feel that that's very unfair.
Get some sleep if you need it.
No, I just feel that it's very important that
yes.
I be very transparent about all of this. That I'm upfront and honest. So ultimately, honestly, of course, I'll apply again in 90 days.
Oh, good to see you, Blue Daisy. Glad to have you. Hey, be sure to I mean, if you'd love to see more of the content, be sure to click that subscribe bell. That's the best way to get notified. But yeah, sometimes YouTube is better than other times to advertise in the stream. But hey, glad to have you tonight. Thank you so much for coming by. And hope to see you again.
That's not even a question, because whether or not I do or don't get a job in that time frame, which fucking pray to God I do.
That's a good point, though.
I hope I do. I will still want the supplemental YouTube income to help, like save up for a car and stuff. So, yeah, and then I also realized, like it was like literally yesterday, I was scrolling on TikTok and,
well, she has experience in customer disservice, like not giving people what they want. Like she has a lot of experience with that. Like, hey, Foodie, can you do some like streams where you go outside your apartment? No. Foodie, can you do some streams where you're not so high and loaded off your butt that you can't even keep your eyes up? No. Foodie, could you do some streams where you don't make those horrible eating noises? No. Yeah, so she has a ton of experience not giving people what they want.
This girl popped up and she was like, by the way, like, let this be your notice or your warning. If you're going to decorate gingerbread houses, just use a hot glue gun. And I was like, that's fucking genius. So,
a hot glue gun for a gingerbread house? But isn't the gingerbread house supposed to be edible? Like entirely edible? Like, hot glue is not edible.
So I could do everything in one live, and my brother has a hot glue gun. And then we could do everything in one live, and then like use the icing just for decoration. So, yeah, I mean, at this point,
Kind of is. She's Amber's protege.
like-
She's Amber's protege, to be fair. But I think that she can easily switch it over to Foodie without any trouble. Like, she can easily switch her major without having to change schools.
I was really depending on that check moving forward. If you feel inclined to support me, I'm going to just one more time kind of round up how that can be done. Obviously, the most direct way and like quickest way of supporting me is I have pay links available. Everything's in the description. I set everything up in the description, specifically to I have PayPal.
Well, I mean, she knows how to give people the runaround and like make them wait, for hours to get a hold of her. So it's my little joke about medical
Cash App, Venmo. I also have a Ko-fi. Apologize, I don't know how to pronounce that. That website I just kind of have set up honestly as like a tipping page if people don't have those options for any reason.
Right, her idea of service is self-service.
But again, I don't expect people to just directly do handouts if they're not inclined to. That's not something that I expect from anyone. So the next best option is
I saw that. Is that something that like is legit, or is that just gonna screw up your glue gun? Like, I mean, I saw that. I guess technically it works, but does it really work? Like, is it something that like works for a couple seconds and then it gets all clogged up? Because that's what I'm assuming is gonna happen. It's gonna clog the gun up, and then it's gonna be a mess, and then it's gonna get burned, and you're not gonna be able to clean it. I mean, if I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I would imagine happens. That the sugar just burns and it gets all clogged up.
Obviously, the Patreon setup, the cameos, which I think are really fun, and it was something I was really looking forward to doing.
That's actually think about it, but that's pretty awful. Welcome in, Intent Shifter. YouTube has created people trapped in their own bodies by giving them the money to do it. It's sinister to think about, but in a way, YouTube has made it possible for Amber to be Amber. She said it herself, so can't really argue with that. It's
just really unfortunate that I had to do it in this circumstance, because I was honestly thinking about rolling out like in the next like week or two. Could you upload your old videos to other platforms? Probably. In fact, once the appeal situation is figured out, I'm going to need to figure out how to rip.
Absolutely, and that's another reason why I don't really accept Rosee talking about how her family was relying on this income. If your family was relying on the income, why were you allowing so much of that income to go toward the most frivolous things possible? The most conspicuous overconsumption of garbage. Just buying knickknacks and crap. Stuff like candles and chef's hats and aprons and what else? Extra creams and candies, and I don't even know what she bought. Just knickknacks. And nothing wrong with treating yourself to some knickknacks, but don't then talk about how tight money is a month later.
Videos off of my YouTube, and I think I will re-upload them behind the Patreon paywall. I may have to completely clear out my catalog of past videos, kind of like how Amber did for me to be demonetized.
To think about.
Correct, Katie. I will not be paid for anything. I was quite proud of my paycheck that I earned, and I'm not. I mean, unless I guess I win the appeal. I think if I win the appeal, I'll get paid. But
right.
The reality is, I'm not expecting to win the appeal, guys. I'm just not. I'm being realistic.
Welcome in, Mrs. Butler. Miss Butler. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Foodie is still monetized because she has the devil's luck, or maybe she knows somebody at YouTube. That's a rumor that some people have posited. She has the devil's luck. She's a cockroach luck.
So I think the reason I'm so okay is I live a life where I have the stability to know that in a month or two, I'm not going to be on the streets. it will make our life exponentially more difficult. And if I don't get resolutions within a certain time frame, then there may be cause for concerns. But I have time to figure this out. So I cannot stress this enough. I love YouTube, and I'm part of YouTube for the love of the game. I say that phrase a lot because I feel like it just summarizes how I feel.
So whoever in the chat asked if she said for the love of the game, yes, she absolutely said that.
I don't want to abandon my platform entirely. You guys have supported me through so much, and
I now need you to support me even more, but now for even less.
I'm speaking to my audience right now. I know there's a lot of lurkers here right now, a lot of people watching with other types of intention that I'm just not even acknowledging. But to my supporters, I want you to know that I value what you have done for my life, and I'm not going to just abandon you because YouTube's yoinked my check.
YouTube yoinked her check. It's, if you really want to make a point, I think, okay, this is I think kind of the, if I'm going to end on a good point, I'm not ending just this second, but kind of closing it out on this point. I think really that content like Rosie's or Amber's and Foodie's as well, of course, should never have been monetized in the first place. I mean, what advertiser would really want to be associated with that kind of content? And if they would, that doesn't say anything good. Like, I just can't imagine why that content was ever financially subsidized in the first place. Why was that lifestyle, why were these lifestyles enabled? I don't know if we're ever going to get a good answer to that. But I think most of us can agree. I mean, I certainly, I'll agree with it, that I'm okay with that not being supported anymore. So it's just for Rosie to be so indignant and act like she's been done dirty by YouTube, that they made her all these promises and now they lied and they did her wrong. No, just no. This content should have never been subsidized in the first place.
I have to be logical. I have to understand that, like, money talks and money keeps me fed. Money keeps the lights on. Money keeps the Wi-Fi going. Money keeps the cell phone on, you know? So, does Patreon still limit how much often long you can stream? I don't know.
Welcome in.
I don't know.
Ivis. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Ivis, 971. Yep. At this time, the only two that are demonetized of the big gorls are ALR and Rosie. I did hear a rumor earlier that Anna was, but that ultimately ended up not being true. And the same with HFC. So, yep.
Thing. 1 second.
I could say. I mean, how much does she make from YouTube, like, as far as ad revenue? Probably not a lot. How much does she make as far as, like, donations and memberships and people sending her money on the side and her Amazon wish list and all of that? It's got to be hundreds and hundreds. If not over 1,000. It's got to be hundreds of dollars, if not over 1,000 a month. Because if you count all the Amazon wish list crap, that alone is hundreds of dollars.
Oh, thank God. Oh, there is no limit to how long a single live stream can be on Patreon, as creators can stream up to 12 hours at a time. But they are limited to a total of 100 hours
Usual
of media
suspects.
storage per month across all live streaming and video uploads. Okay.
This girl was, I forgot about how much she spends on the grocery. I forgot. I just kind of slipped my mind for a second. But remember the steaks she was buying? She was buying like $30 steaks, like on a nightly basis. She was buying $30+ steaks every night.
Well, that's that should be okay, because if I'm doing YouTube and Patreon, that should be fine.
Yes, she is, Miss Butler. We got a celebrity in the chat tonight. Special guest.
That should be fine. But that means I might have to
And if any of my mods could be so kind to post the link to Skinny Queen's or Sarah Jane's journey, excuse me, if anybody wants to check her out. It's not Girl World focused content at this time. Sarah Jane wants to post some info about it, but it's definitely a channel worth checking out if you are a fan of Skinny Queen.
Yeah, I could slow roll out the re-uploads of the removed content from YouTube. This is all in the works. I've been demonetized for only like 5 hours. So.
Oh, wow. So Rosee had somebody modded who was modding in a straight up just modding in a reaction channel as well. That would be like her modding you. Like, come on. Like, I mean, and I think you do a good job modding her chat, to be fair. You do a better job than her mods. But yeah, like, come on.
We're figuring it out. So, yeah. And like I said in my statement, I am, and I have been job hunting. I'm going to continue to not talk about the details of that, though.
I'm the same way, Nutty.
Oh, God. Yeah, sure, Lord. Late, but YouTube's on thin ice with me personally. Yeah. Highly recommend you watch the replay if you guys are coming in mid-live, and I'm going to probably say that a few times. Do I still have moderators in the chat?
Well, we are here for it.
Chantal is weirdly lucky.
I'm here for it, certainly.
You are correct. Like, I will say that. I was talking to, I can't say, Rosee, shut the fuck up. I was talking to somebody, and we both were like, I can't believe she's still monetized. It's crazy. But.
Oh, my goodness.
I also heard, it seems like Hungry Fat Chick might have actually been impacted, too. It's a little unclear, though. But, yeah, see,
I mean, even Foodie is more observant than that. Even Foodie, at least, you know, Foodie has picked some awful, well, I shouldn't say awful, but, well, yeah, it have been awful, some of them. But Foodie does not choose her mods very well. But it sounds like Rosee doesn't have, like, even one brain cell when it comes to that.
I thought that if you, I was misinformed. I thought if you privated it, that was what you were supposed to do. I didn't know you had to delete it.
Rosee comes across like kind of like just like a person who I feel like she just says whatever she says what she feels people want to hear in that moment. I get the impression from her. She's got that like people pleasing element to her, but not in a good way. Like that kind of just tell people what they want to hear stuff. And that only works for so long. You can't just try to appeal to people's what people you think people want to hear, because eventually they're going to expect you to stand on something.
Foodie's name is Chantal, yes. So what happened to your thoughts about people just showing up to YouTube for a paycheck? Did you listen to anything I just said?
Missy Moo?
So, now, I think that basically covers it for now. You guys, when I am live on YouTube, there's probably going to be an increase. Wait, is she really Bob's Burgers? Is that like a confirmed thing, or is that just speculation? Oh, Hungry Fat Chick still has ads? Oh, okay.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can totally see that, Nutty. Like these girls are petty. They're very petty. Somebody also, I heard a really funny idea. I don't know if any of you mentioned this yet. Maybe you have. I missed a lot of great chat tonight. But somebody mentioned an idea of having all the demonetized girls move in together and like do a panel show. And especially if Foodie or another one of them gets demonetized, Amber and Rosee already get along. You know, they're already like peas in a pod. Jumbo peas in the pod people. But they could totally team up and do a show. It would be an awful show, of course. But yeah, like I could see that happening. I mean, I don't know if they have the work ethic to pull it off, but I think it would at least have some traction.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that there's this. I mean, I'm not surprised there's this many viewers. This is like a kind of a dramatic moment. Because what I wish more people could like could like get clicked in their heads is like the eating content isn't the problem. My lives are not the problem.
No, hold on. They are the problem. And if YouTube is not specifically demonetizing that content, that only goes to show that YouTube is really jacked. Like, YouTube is not looking out for the best interests of people. If they're demonetizing, if they're allowing her worst content to stay up and just demonetizing stuff seemingly at random, which I'm not even sure if I believe that, but maybe it's true, because YouTube is pretty sketchy when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's absolutely possible.
Okay, gotcha. That's not the issue. The issue is the conversations around disordered behaviors with food.
Well, that's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because your eating is absolutely disordered. If YouTube has a weird policy where you have to specifically mention it by name, disordered eating by specifically be mentioned in order to be in violation, it's not a very good policy.
Would you consider just moving members only content? I don't even know if I can access members only content to Patreon and keeping your normal live schedule on YouTube. No, that doesn't make sense, because if it's just recycled content, that's not going to incentivize people to want to join. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know that this impacts you, right? But
no, actually, it does make sense, Rosie. Like, people want to see those old members' videos, like, if you take the time to upload them, that gives people something more for their money. So I think it makes sense.
I have to prioritize me and my family above everything else.
Now it's her and her family. Back a week ago, it was her wish list, getting knickknacks, buying $35 steaks. Now all of a sudden, I have to prioritize my family. It's like, you know what that's like? It's like when they bust some drug dealer and he's got, a fancy car and a bunch of jewelry, and they say, "Why are you selling drugs?" "I got to feed my family. Got to feed my family," right? You hear that all the time. You're some criminal. He's loaded up with wealthy jewelry and vehicles and a big house, all kinds of property. Why were you selling that dope? Why were you robbing people? Why were you committing fraud? "I only did it to feed my family. Only did it to take care of my kids."
And I know, and I haven't talked about it in almost a year, Hamlet. I don't know enough about Twitch yet. That, guys, this is where like I said, this happened 5 hours ago. This is just what I've come up with in 5 hours.
Oh, thank you so much, Capricorn.
Give me a couple days. Give me some time.
Oops, wrong one.
To
Thank you so much, Capricorn. Foodie, $5 super chat. Foodie, Amber, and Anna could all move in together and make a live action videos like the cartoons that Dank Fupo was putting out. That would be such amazing content. Like, that would be like 100,000 view per video minimum. Easy. And it would be worth it. I would tune in for every episode. As much as I would hate it, I would not be able to look away. Feed me, Seymour. She's probably just been digging for gold, if you know what I mean.
I'm on TikTok. I'm Quirky Love Rosee on TikTok. I actually did film a TikTok because I had a little thought that I decided to go ahead and share over there.
Hey, welcome in, Comrade Kitty. We're having a great night. I'm actually going to be winding it down pretty soon tonight, but thank you so much for coming by.
Let me see. Who's here right now?
I love it.
All right. If you're not one of my regular chatters.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, that's a good point, Mom. My mom just texted me. Okay, so this is if you're not one of my regular chatters, don't even need to respond to this request.
I totally agree with you that Rosie's Rosie, even if she needs the Patreon to make money, her YouTube channel is still her number one source of getting eyes on her content. And I just don't see how, if she abandons it, it's going to be able to, the Patreon's going to be able to survive on its own.
I do want to possibly mod somebody right now, though. So
she's looking for new mods.
If you're interested in being modded, you can go ahead and state that. But if you're not,
she needs. Hold on. She's been doing this stuff for how long? And she really has. Wow, that's crazy. How's she doing this long and she's still searching for mods? Because every time she has a mod, they end up turning on her, or they end up selling. Oh my goodness, Rosie, you need to use some moderation when choosing your mods.
What I was saying, sorry.
When you put it like that, though, right?
Me right now, so I'm trying to. Wait, was that actually Kai Bella being in here? That's weird.
The other day I was watching, I think it was a 600-pound life or something, and they were ordering like a family-sized meal, the two people on the show. And I was just thinking to myself, you know, watching Foodie and Rosie, some of these girls literally are eating for 3, 4, you know, an entire family at a time.
Light Pink, would you like to be a mod? Ooh, Abby, you're a mod automatically. You're actually gonna be a managing mod. I've known you forever. Okay, a Light Pink. I'm modding you.
She gets what she deserves, though, right?
Alex, and I'm modding you for sure. Okay.
Oh my goodness, what a great note to end it on. That girl's a nut.
Thank you, Shona.
She's a complete nut. Kay Bella told a story about, she deleted it, of course, but she told us, she came on, did a video. She's like, everybody, I want you to know I'm okay. Don't worry, I'm okay. And then she told a story. She said that people abducted her, held her hostage, forced her to use drugs, forced her to prostitute against her will, forced her to do all that against her will for like 2 weeks straight. And this was the second time they did it this year. These people are still on the street, and she can't even be bothered to call the cops. That's Kay Bella.
Demery, I think that they were talking about someone else. Treason is a normal chatter. I unblocked. If I'm wrong and they continue, you can reblock them. But I think you might have misinterpreted that comment. Why would anyone want to encourage any creator to be demonetized? It's like hoping people will get fired from their job because that's what it is. What do you like the person or not? Don't destroy their lives.
As much as I'm having a good time tonight, I do
to be
need
quite
to get
frank,
some rest.
I haven't done anything.
So I think I am going to have to
egregious,
wind it down, folks.
So. Let me see. You're good, Demery girl.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You've been a fantastic audience. But I am going to wind it down. I need to get some rest tonight. But I've had an awesome show tonight. You folks have been a fantastic audience. I think we had a really fun show. Had some great coverage of all the girls. Had a lot of great news. So I want to say thank you again to all you fine folks. Anybody watching the replay, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, be sure to click that like button, subscribe if you've enjoyed the content. If you'd like to see more of it. So let me say goodnight to everybody. Good night, Elizu. Thank you so much. Oh, Jesus, that's going to be a really fun video when that day eventually does happen. Good night, Canada Cool. Thank you so much. She's the hero we deserve. Good night, Goose Chuck. Good night, Shantia. Thank you so much. Good night, Miss Figs. Good night, Capricorn. Good night, Nutty. Good night, Christina. Christina's lifting healing journey. Good night. Good night, Christy Claw. Good night, Conrad Kitty, Blue Daisy. All right, I think that's Ted Shifter. Good night. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Good night, Jamie. Merry Christmas, Jamie. Oh, Merry Christmas. Early Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's had a wonderful holiday season. Welcome. Thank you, Tucker. Good night, Tucker. Tucker and friends. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. And thank you so much to Sarah Jane for coming by tonight. Hopefully you have a great night. Be sure to check out Sarah Jane's channel. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much. You've been a fantastic audience. Appreciate it. Good night, everybody.